Jason Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours. It is a beautiful day here in East Tennessee. Hope everybody had a great Easter weekend. Hope everybody is having a great start to the week. Monday's as good as it gets. Best day of the week, Jason Swain, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver.
That's what they say, man. Mondays, they are the best day of the week. Well, it is the best day of the week because we're right here in the middle of it, my man. 12 o'clock.
We have 3 hours in front of us.
Nate Ament.
How about it?
Nate Ament. Oh, man. I see you, Rick Barnes. Woo, woo.
Can I ask you a question, Nate Ament related, before we dive into Nate Ament, the basketball player?
As long as it is Nate Ament related, you can ask me a question.
How much did you personally need that announced commitment of Nate Ament last night?
I needed it, man. I needed it. I watched Tennessee baseball the weekend. That was tough to watch. I was watching the transfer portal, and
What you see?
I saw a bunch of other schools getting visits and getting busy.
Okay.
That's what I saw. So I needed Nate Ament. I was looking for it all weekend, man. I was watching my social media, checking my text messages, waiting for it. Yo, this team got a chance to do something serious this basketball season. When does this basketball season start up again?
I think pretty soon.
Goodness gracious!
I think it's pretty soon.
Well, it's after the start of football season, so we got some time.
It does go football then basketball in terms
Yeah.
of order of start.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
But you can go ahead and start getting excited about watching Nate Ament, a top 5 player in the 2025 class, potential top 5 to at least lottery pick in next year's NBA draft. He is a big-time talent who committed to Tennessee. Tennessee historically has brought in some big-time recruits. Rick Barnes has brought in a number of big-time recruits. Nate Ament outranks all of them.
Go watch this game and tell me you're not excited. Ooh, boy. 6'9", can play the 3, can play the 4, can shoot it. Rick Barnes continues to win with recruits because of what he did with Kevin Durant years and years ago when he was the coach of Texas. Don't connect. There was a connection there that allowed Tennessee to be able to bring him in, and then now Nate Ament. Ament mentioning Kevin Durant, and man, they sure look the same. You know, when coming in as a freshman, they look. I won't say the same. They look similar. I'll say that. Can shoot it from the outside, long, lanky, one and done, potential lottery pick. Before the show started, I mentioned Jabari Smith Jr. when he was at Auburn and how he was able to shoot over the defenders, had the range. Man, this is going to be fun.
Jonathan Gavona, who covers the NBA draft for ESPN, wrote this: NBA scouts are enamored with the upside and talent Nate Ament possesses at 6'10", with guard skills and the ability to defend all over the floor, fluid getting to spots with diverse shot-making prowess. Jason Swain, you've got to have it.
You got to have it, man. It's essential.
Ament has improved his ball handling, passing, physicality, and intensity, and he is now committed to come in and play basketball for Tennessee this upcoming year. Big-time get to join Jacoby Gillespie and Jalen Carey. Troy Henderson, the latest signee. So Tennessee is not done building its roster in basketball, but Rick Barnes landed one of his biggest all-time recruits yesterday in Nate Ament, beating out Duke, Kentucky, Louisville, Arkansas.
There you go. I like that order. Say it again.
Duke, Kentucky.
Duke, beating out Duke, the Blue Devils.
The Kentucky Wildcats.
The Kentucky Wildcats.
The big spending Louisville Cardinals.
The big spending Louisville Cardinals. All three of those, they have something in common, don't they?
Big-time basketball programs.
Big-time basketball programs.
They're basketball schools.
Basketball schools.
And then Arkansas, which cares deeply about basketball and also spends freely.
Oh, all four of those schools, they have won national championships. Tennessee has not been to the Final Four yet.
Not yet.
But Nate Ament said, I have some of that orange, please. Thank you.
That was big-time news for Tennessee.
Huge.
Has to pan out. Team has to come together. Chemistry has to build. All of those things are understood. But you want to try to build that chemistry and have a team come together with as much talent as possible. And Tennessee increased its chances of doing that by adding Nate Ament yesterday. He is a player that Jacoby Gillespie mentioned day one. When he announced he was headed to Tennessee, he said he was going to try to put in some work to help get Nate Ament. And at the time that he said that, Tennessee was not considered the favorite. Tennessee was considered a team trying to make a last-minute push for Nate Ament, and Tennessee pushed itself over the finish line, getting the winning spot of Nate Ament. That's big news. Big news for Tennessee when top 5 overall player, 6'9", 6'10" forward, Nate Ament.
Yeah, we see you, Jacoby Gillespie, showing us your recruiting skills. Love it. Love it. That's such great news. Now, if you are Rick Barnes, you need one more perimeter player that can shoot it. You need one more. You don't stop at one more if you still have room, but you got to keep it going. Keep it going. A lot of momentum. Tennessee basketball. Beat out Duke, Kentucky, Louisville, and Arkansas.
So fair to say you needed that one last night.
Oh, I needed it. Needed it big time. Listen, man, when you in everything in school and you've been on this crazy run like Tennessee Athletics has been on, you can't expect to stay there and never get beat, never have any adversity. Like, that's not realistic. But there's been a lot of highs recently, a ton of highs. And now we're hitting some lows in some areas. So it's part of it. But, man, Nate Ament, Duke, about to have the number 1 overall pick in Cooper Flag, who declared today. Kentucky spending what they're spending, their blue blood. Louisville spending what they're spending. Arkansas, we had a player leave our program last year to go to Arkansas. And Tennessee still able to bring in Nate Ament. You just can't beat it, man. You just can't beat it.
Andrew notes that Ament did his announcement with the trading card included, so he can't go back on it. He ain't roundabout Ament.
No, he's not. He's stand on business Ament.
Shannon asked, is he 6'8", 6'9", 6'10"? What is he? I've seen 6'9" and 6'10". I don't know.
6'10".
6'10" works. 6'10". Now, I don't know if this is necessary. Mike says Nate is 6'9", Josh is 5'9", basically the same height, only one off. Hey, the way that I read that is Mike is comparing me to Nate Ament.
I don't see any way that y'all compare to each other, but I'm on board.
Here on Josh and Swain, alongside former top 200 basketball prospect as a member of the 2003
Nate
class,
Ament.
Jason Swain. I am Josh Ward, who some have compared to future lottery pick Nate Ament. How about that? We will come back. I don't think that Nate Ament can play quarterback, as Tennessee is still looking for one. But there is a quarterback entering the transfer portal that Tennessee can officially contact if it wants. We will tell you about him coming up. We will invite you to join us this afternoon, 865-656-9900. We have a busy show ahead between now and 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, join us. Stay with us right here on Josh and Swain.
I'm Tennessee head football coach Josh Heupel. Get your Tennessee football coverage where you get insight unlike any other. No one covers the balls like 99.1, the sports animal.
Hiller Plumbing, Cooling, and Electrical, they've been in business for over 35 years. Family owned and operated. Their techs are professional, experienced, and trustworthy. They're all background checked and drug screened. Here's the cool part. When they're on their way to visit your house, you'll receive a photo of the tech and a link to track them in real time. There's no wasted time waiting around. 100% satisfaction guarantee of happy you'll be, or the service is free. The last thing you want to do as a homeowner is deal with a plumbing, HVAC, or electrical emergency. You don't know how much it's going to cost, or if it's going to be fixed, or if someone is just trying to sell you something. Hiller, they're going to solve your problems quickly. The price that you were told is the price that you actually pay. No hidden fees, no surprises when you get your bill. Book online, happyhiller.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Hi, I'm David Brewster, owner of Aqua Clear Water Systems. The next time you're hauling heavy bottles of water, think, why am I doing this? With an award-winning Connecticut water system from Aqua Clear, I could make my own clean, fresh water. Better than bottled. Give us a call at 865-694-1725 or find us on the web at aquaclearws.com.
Aqua Clear will change your water. It'll change your life.
Craving the best lobster rolls this side of the Northeast? We've got you covered. Hey, it's Josh from Pinchy's Lobster and Raw Bar in Sevierville, where the seafood is fresh, the cocktails are bright, and the vibes are always on point. With spring finally here, our outdoor stage is ready to bring you live music all season long. Grab your crew and swing through for our New England-inspired menu, alfresco dining, and all of your sushi and raw bar needs. You can check us out at our website, pinchieslobsterandrawbar.com, or check us out in historic downtown Sevierville. Pinchy's Lobster and Raw Bar. We'll see you at the
why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline at 1-800-889-9789. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Tennessee. T's and C's apply.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Windrock Tales from the Trail.
There I was, looking up at this seemingly insurmountable path forward. As I hopped out of the side-by-side to assess the challenge the Trail 16 posed, my heart raced as I looked for the proper line to take on this double black diamond beast of a trail. A voice in the back of my head whispered, "Let's send it."
Windrock Park has over 300 miles of trails for you to experience ultimate adrenaline. Head to windrockpark.com to plan your adventure today.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Maybe Nate a minute 7-1 in the program. You can write what you need to in there. I'm 5'11" and a quarter in the program.
Well, I mean, you know what they're going to do with programs. Everyone is always an inch or two taller than what they are in real life. That's just the way it is.
Yep. Swain, we continue to monitor the football transfer portal, both basketball and football, with an open window, and Tennessee continues to pursue other players in the transfer portal, along with the addition of rising freshman Nate Amitt yesterday. Big-time get, top 5 overall player, big-time forward, and projected lottery pick in next year's draft. Other news includes the Lady Vols landing UCLA transfer Janiah Barker, 6'4" junior, averaged 7.5 points and 6 rebounds per game this season, as I see here from Talia Goodman of On 3. And right about when we went on the air, On 3 with the news of Joey Aguilar, quarterback from UCLA, set to enter the transfer portal. He just arrived at UCLA during the winter break as he transferred from Appalachian State, has been going through spring practice. But yesterday, former Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava announced he is transferring to UCLA, as we anticipated over the last few days. So now UCLA quarterback Joey Aguilar, who has been on campus for a few months, plans to enter the transfer portal once again, according to Pete Nakos of On 3. So, is that somebody you might be interested in?
I'm interested in having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in watching his film and doing some research on him and seeing if he's a good fit for you. But, I mean, the quarterbacks who are actually in the portal, I mean, the pickings are slim. So you have to, if you're Tennessee right now, you have to, through third party, find out if a current starting quarterback will be willing to enter the portal and come to Tennessee. But as far as quarterbacks in the portal, I mean, there's just not a ton. And so, last week, Joey Aguilar was a player that potentially could be an option for Tennessee because we knew that UCLA brought him in and was going to pay him a good amount of money, and they're going to pay Nico what they're going to pay him. Just really didn't think that they would pay both of those guys a combined north of $3 million. And so he has one last season. He doesn't want to spend that last season on the bench. He did spend some time on the East Coast at App State, so even though he's from California, it's not crazy to think that he wouldn't come back to the East Coast for the right opportunity.
He has to know of some of his options going into the portal, and I say that because he was set to make a good amount of money at UCLA. So he has to know of some kind of opportunity out there. Maybe or just enough schools would be interested that he could land at one of them and be fine with a chance to play and still make money.
Yep, the label on him was gunslinger from his time leading up to UCLA. And as I said last week, gunslinger typically means someone who throws the ball to other team.
He had 5 games with multiple interceptions last season. Against Louisiana, he threw 4 interceptions in a 34-24 loss. App State had an okay season. They went 6-6.
Yeah, I mean that's alarming because
23 touchdowns, 14 picks on the season, 56% completion percentage.
Josh, that's alarming because when you look at this league, and hey, it could be a couple of reasons why he had the picks. It may not all be on him, but at the end of the day, he's responsible for those interceptions. But when you look at the picks that he had at a lower level, you have to ask yourself, how can he not have those picks at this level when everything speeds up? The pass rush is the best in college football, period, here in the SEC. The closing speed that you see from DBs is the fastest that you're probably going to see in the country. So it puts more pressure for you to be on time and to be accurate. Now, if you're Josh Heupel, you say, well, we're going to design some things to make sure that we hide your weaknesses. I have seen Josh Heupel do that in the past with quarterbacks who are currently playing in the NFL that played here. And so is that something that you feel like it's worth doing with a Joey Aguilar? And then you got to think about who you have on your roster currently at quarterback. I think we covered this as well, but like you got George McIntyre, you got Jake Merklinger, and now that Nico is gone, there's about 2.5 million that's freed up. So if you are Jake Merklinger, you try and get some of that?
Definitely.
You probably are. And so there's just a lot to figure out if you are Tennessee with Merklinger and then whatever quarterback you're trying to bring in, whether it's someone from the portal or someone that's a current starting quarterback that you're going to have to pony up more than what you paid Nico last year.
Also, whether it's Joey or somebody else, this is obvious and this is on repeat. But remember, any quarterback that comes in is trying to learn an offense. You talk about speeding things up. We got to speed up the learning curve
as quickly as possible,
right? But you also would be like if Joey Aguilar comes in, you are not guaranteeing him a starting position.
No.
So you have to.
Well, why would you come in then?
Well, one reason would be money, depending on what it is compared to others.
Money and does make you do things.
Yeah, and Tennessee's a big-time school, so the chance to compete at Tennessee could be, with the right amount of money, could be more attractive than a lesser school. But that process would still have to play out. You'd have to have these guys compete for that starting position. So he may not win it, but they may not feel comfortable enough. I don't know. It's a great unknown whether it's Joey Aguilar or somebody else. That's not an obvious, proven Power 4 quarterback coming in. If it's a proven guy from the Power 4 level that's getting a lot more money than the other two, again, we can talk about competition with also knowing how it's going to play out. But if it's a Joey Aguilar, Mike Wright, who was brought up last week, Steve Angeli, who is visiting Syracuse today, that person's not guaranteed a starting position either in verbal form or wink, wink, nod, nod. You have to have a real competition, and then you've got to figure out who it is, and then you got to get that guy ready to go. Because you just went through spring with Nico getting the first-team reps. He was the guy, and spring is now over.
UCLA did Joey Aguilar dirty, man. They did him dirty. They did him dirty. Listen, I get it. You got to win. They went 5-7 last year, but you bring this dude in from across the country. He's your guy. And you replace him. You replace him in April, at the end of April.
Mm-hmm. That's tough.
And you can say, well, no, we're just adding to the room and we want those guys to compete. Yeah, right.
Yeah, there are plenty of reminders I need to get off the internet sometimes, and I saw some, Nico's got to go in there and compete. He may not even win it. Okay.
He's winning it.
I can bet you who's going to be the starter for UCLA.
Yeah.
I can't tell you for sure where Joey Aguilar is going to go other than to the transfer portal according to On3.
And it's something that Chris Lowe reported last week that Aguilar's people were gauging interest from other schools.
Right.
So this is not a surprise. Once Nico committed to UCLA, that Joey probably was going to be on his way out. And he should be. Got one last season, man. You got to make the best of it.
Congrats to Nico on finding a new home.
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not upset with him, but I'm not like in a congratulatory mood to Nico either.
I understand.
You quit right before the orange and white game. I'm going to need some time. And I do want him to do well. I mean, he's been blessed with these unbelievable talents, and I just hope that it doesn't go to waste because he's being guided the wrong way.
Right.
I want him to figure it out and be successful, but I'm not in the mood right now to give him a congratulations just because he committed to UCLA.
I understand. I was joking there. You and I have both expressed that we hope things work out well for Nico, that he finds success and does well and has a nice football career beyond college. I hope he does well in the professional ranks.
Me too.
Yeah, for sure. I do expect that we will see a rating spike with UCLA football because there will be some records broken when it comes to hate watching from Tennessee fans.
Well, Tennessee fans and football fans, period. I mean, there's some college football fans that...
Yeah, there will be general interest in Nico at UCLA for sure. But you remember when when a portion of this is not everybody, when a portion of the fan base would stay up late to watch some Cal games, hoping Gonzo's team would lose in the Pac-12,
and watching
that hadn't seen anything compared to what's coming this fall,
and watching Wake Forest and Chase Burns.
That's right. So I think we're going to see some. Plus, they'll play in some big games. They're in the Big Ten now, and they'll have some more.
They play Ohio State.
There you go. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy schedule.
And they play Ohio State, so. I'm sorry, UCLA will not be appointment television for me. But, hey, if it's 12 o'clock and I don't want to watch, Vanderbilt, Kentucky play, I might watch a UCLA play, see what's going on.
Kickoff time is to be determined, but UCLA will open the season at home in the Rose Bowl against Utah, August 30th.
UNLV. Dan Mullen.
In Allegiant, yeah, that's right. Week 3, New Mexico. Week 4, at Northwestern. Game number 5, home against Penn State. Then at Michigan State. Home for Maryland. At Indiana. Home for Nebraska. They've got to go to Ohio State. Home for Washington. And then USC in Memorial Coliseum. That's a tough schedule.
Nico's all right. He played in the SEC last year. He's prepared. He'll be okay.
All right, we'll continue. 865-656-9900 is the number to join us. News in the first half hour includes UCLA quarterback Joey Aguilar set to enter the transfer portal, with Nico announcing his commitment to UCLA yesterday. A former UCLA women's basketball player is transferring to Tennessee.
2 for 1.
Yeah, how about that? Janiah Barker announcing her commitment to Tennessee, or at least On 3 reporting she is committed to Tennessee. So the watch for a quarterback continues. There are other basketball names to know for Rick Barnes' team that they're pursuing, some that we have discussed, new ones hopping on the board. There's a lot going on right now when you hop around different sports. Hop on the show, 865-656-9900 to join us. Call or text VFL. Former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. I'm Josh Ward. This is Josh and Swain.
Caller 15 right now at 656 Wins gets a shot at 4 tickets to the FedEx St. Jude Championship in Memphis, 2 golf bags, and a $1,000 gift card. Caller 15, 656-9467 from Michelob Ultra and 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
Cumulus Digital.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Former Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava officially announced his transfer to UCLA yesterday in a social media post. Iamaleava and the Volunteers officially parted ways earlier this month, stemming from contract discussions regarding Iamaleava's NIL deal. Iamaleava led Tennessee to the college football playoff, where they lost in the opening round to eventual national champion Ohio State. NBA playoffs continue tonight with the first round. The Knicks look for a 2-0 series lead over the Detroit Pistons at 7:30. At 10 o'clock, the Nuggets host the Clippers. Denver leads that series 1-0. First round of the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. Capitals host the Canadiens at 7 o'clock to open the series. The Jets welcome the Blues at 7:30. Winnipeg leads that series 1-0 already. Avalanche look for a 2-0 series lead over the Stars at 9:30. And the Kings host the Oilers to open their first round series at 10 o'clock. And the Knoxville Ice Bears are headed to the President's Cup Finals after a 4-2 win over the Birmingham Bulls this past weekend. Game 1 of the series is Wednesday night at the Civic Coliseum. I'm Joel Silverberg.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start May 14th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Some things just go together, like peanut butter and jelly, or a Casey's spicy chicken sandwich and a 49-cent medium fountain drink, or a Casey's breakfast sandwich and a 49-cent fountain drink, or even Casey's limited time Italian deli sliders and a 49-cent fountain drink. You get the idea. It's not crazy. It's Casey's. See store for details.
Escape to the sunshine and soft sands of Sarasota, Florida. With nonstop flights from McGee-Tyson Airport, your next beach getaway is just a short flight away. Whether you're craving fresh seafood, stunning sunsets, or a stroll through the charming streets of St. Armand Circle, Sarasota has it all. Book your flights now at flyknoxville.com and trade the everyday for an ocean breeze.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Need a home loan to buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams, but not sure what loan option is right for you? Alcoa 10 can help. Their lending team can assist you in finding the solution that best fits your needs. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
All right, who's ready for summer? What do you have planned for the kids? A movie at Regal Pinnacle? Ice skating at Cool Sports? Gymnastics at Gym Tech? Games and bowling at Main Event? McPhee Splash Pad? Top Golf? What about enhancing their spiritual connection and learning experiences? No? Well, you better call Camp Big Fish, or they'll do all that and more. Go to campbigfish.org for more info and register now. Man, I wish I could go. Give your kids the experience of a lifetime this summer. Go to campbigfish.org now for all the big fish fun.
It's time to tee it up at the Ruggles Ferry Golf Club on Ruggles Ferry, Pike and Straw Plains, about 5 minutes from I-40, convenient to just about anywhere. Great bent grass greens that are always in great shape, and lovely Bermuda fairways. Drive right to your ball, 4 sets of tees. It's for everybody. And let me tell you something, you always have a great time when you play Ruggles Ferry Golf Club. Why? Well, the people are great. Oh, one of the best driving ranges around, too. That's probably where I'd be. Ruggles Ferry Golf Club, 932-4450.
At Ingalls, we know the ever-present struggle of, what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingalls Table. It's all waiting for you at ingalls-markets.com. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station. Shoe Station's grand opening at Turkey Creek is this Saturday. First 100 customers at opening will get a reward card worth up to $100 and a chance to win a $500 gift card. Shoe Station's grand opening this Saturday.
Warmth and winds ahead of a cold front. Rain and storms spread out this afternoon to evening with some downpours and rumbles of thunder after a high of 81 degrees and gusts around 35 miles per hour. Scattered showers on into tomorrow morning with a low of 61, becoming spotty rain tomorrow afternoon and a seasonable high of 72. From the WPLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Just updating what we discussed last segment with Pete Nakos of On3 reporting that Joey Aguilar of UCLA will enter the transfer portal. He has added that Tennessee, Tulane, and Wake Forest are early schools to watch for Aguilar. Chris Lowe also noting on Twitter that Tennessee will be interested in Aguilar. So the early schools to watch, according to Pete Nakos' report, Tennessee, Tulane, and Wake Forest.
Oh, man. Nate Ament. Nate Ament. Josh Ward.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was the lead of our show.
Lottery pick.
5-star addition to Rick Barnes' basketball program.
Yeah.
Tennessee looking to go for 3 straight Elite Eights and trying to get back in a position to compete for a Final Four spot again.
You know, Tennessee beat out Duke and Kentucky and Louisville and Arkansas for Nate Ament. Mm-hmm. So Wake Forest and Tulane will be the schools that link to Aguilar, huh?
That's right.
And then you throw in Tennessee? Potentially?
Yes. Now, Pete Nakos and Chris Lowe both saying Tennessee either will be interested or a school to watch. So, two of the most respected in this realm saying, yeah, Tennessee connected to Joey Aguilar, which I don't think should be a surprise to anybody. Mike does ask a question that I'm sure a lot of people are asking. Wait a minute. So, to UCLA, it was a no-brainer. Nico over Joey Aguilar. Why do we want Joey Aguilar?
Because we need another quarterback.
Yep. That is the answer. And remember, when you see names of schools that are interested, most schools, especially the playoff contending, the top 25 level teams, they know who their quarterback is, or they already have their quarterback battle set to go from spring into the summer.
I mean, the expectation is not to go out and get someone that's better than Nico, unless you can get someone that's currently a starter on a Power 4 team.
Right.
And so, like, that's the first move that you try to make. That's what you prefer. But, like, a guy like Aguilar or the Notre Dame quarterback that's in the portal, I think those are kind of like tier 2 options.
The Fort Worth Star-Telegram reported on Saturday that TCU quarterback Josh Hoover turned down an offer from Tennessee that, according to the report, would have granted him a $1 million raise from what he was set to make at TCU. We've heard other names. We've been asked about a bunch of names specifically. One was in the last week. One was Rocco Beck at Iowa State. And then Friday during our show, a post comes out from Iowa State Athletics, and then Rocco shared it, and national media shared it, and that was him making a very generous donation to the pediatric hospital there in Ames, Iowa. He's not leaving Iowa State.
No, sir.
We were asked in the YouTube chat by Steven, have you all heard the Luke Altmaier rumors? He is the quarterback at Illinois. He is very talented. He was a name that we talked about of, hey, this is a name popping up on the internet over the last few days. And, there's been a lot of talk about Luke Altmaier, but somebody like him, again, the challenge is he's entrenched as the starter at Illinois. He's had success there. He has a close relationship with his teammates. He can make good money. I'm sure Tennessee can outspend Illinois if needed to get him, but he's making a good amount of money to be Illinois' quarterback this upcoming year. And then all the other challenges of leaving where you are and established versus joining a new offense, and we can keep going down the list. So, a lot of Luke Altmaier rumors have been out there as well, but those have been rumors. This is a report from Pete Nakos of watch Tennessee with Joey Aguilar.
I mean, Altmaier makes the most sense. The reason is because he has SC experience. He has experience in this type of offense. He spent some time with Jeff Lebby, and we know what Jeff Lebby did during his time at Ole Miss as offense coordinator, or even before he got to Ole Miss. There's some connection between him and Josh Heupel, and so I think it's pretty easy to connect the dots here of why Tennessee would be a good fit for Ottmeyer. But like we said last week as well, like, man, these quarterbacks are locked in with their teammates. It's what we wish, or I'll speak for myself. It's what I wish we had at quarterback the last year, where you had a quarterback that was so locked in with his teammates and was looked at as a leader that leaving really just wasn't an option. And you're seeing that with some other quarterbacks who've already said no publicly in an indirect way, or we've heard reports about the quarterback saying no privately. I don't think we've got any public indirect no from Ottmeyer. Now, privately, he might have said, nah, but that doesn't mean that you can't offer more money, and maybe that no turns into a yes, but we haven't got any public indirect no from Ottmeyer just yet.
Yeah, so far, the only quarterback that was set to be a starter, I guess you could say now two, that were set to be starters that have entered the portal, Nico, who was set to be Tennessee's starter and is going to UCLA, and now I would add Joey Aguilar to that list. If not for Nico, Joey was going to start at UCLA. Everybody else.
Oh, he wasn't set to be a starter. He was set to watch the starter because Nico is the new starter now.
Yeah, prior to when spring practice began. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
But once Nico came into play, Joey Aguilar was not going to play at UCLA. You're right there. But the other names then are guys that they didn't have a starting position. Now they're looking for an opportunity elsewhere. Like Steve Angeli might get that at Syracuse. He's visiting there today. There's a chance Tennessee is facing him week 1. He's visiting Syracuse today after leaving Notre Dame last week. Mike Wright, he was not going to be a starter, so he's looking for an opportunity elsewhere.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Brian says, we are not going to replace Nico with a more talented quarterback, but we can replace him with a QB that can match or surpass his production.
Yeah. I think that's a spot-on message right there.
Nick from Kodak asks or wonders if Jacoby Gillespie knows any 5-star quarterbacks.
I mean, he played some football back in the day, but I wouldn't wish that on him at all.
I mean, Jacoby's on a heater. If you know somebody, all you got to do is call.
This is not that fun.
It's not ideal, right?
It's not ideal.
Yeah.
No. At all. Nate Ament. He picked Tennessee over Duke, Kentucky, Louisville, and Arkansas.
Gene in the YouTube chat. You can watch with us on the Sports Animal YouTube channel today. All caps. Nate.
And Nate Ament, baby.
Mike, who asked, why would we want a quarterback who could not beat out Nico at UCLA, replied with, thank you, makes sense. Now all I can say is Nate Ament.
Hey, the 2 quarterbacks that we have on our roster couldn't beat out Nico. But we got some people that's like, give it to Merkslinger. So you need options. You need someone with some experience. Both of your quarterbacks on the roster have not played any. They're still young. One's a true freshman. One is a redshirt freshman. So I think the previous message was it's not that you're trying to find someone that's better than Nico. You're trying to find someone that can match or surpass the production that Nico put out last year.
We'll continue the conversation. We'll invite you to be a part of it. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us, as we'll continue to catch you up on what's been going on, including this hour, Joey Aguilar reportedly entering the transfer portal from UCLA, with Nico committing there yesterday.
Nate Ament.
And Tennessee expected to be one of the teams interested, according to Chris Lowe and Pete Nekos, who added that Tulane.
You can't say it with a straight face. You can't say it with a straight face.
I saw you look at me.
Go ahead. Don't let me interrupt, Josh.
I apologize.
I want to look at you. Go ahead. Tulane, Wake Forest, and maybe Tennessee. There you go.
For Joey Aguilar. We'll continue. 865-656-9900 to join us on Josh and Swain.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal proves it. Always on, always free.
99.1 The Sports Animal has the chance for you and 3 friends to see the FedEx St. Jude Invitational in Memphis in person. It's the Michelob Ultra Golf Better Than a Birdie Getaway, and your chance to register is here. Listen for the cue to call in and get registered. The grand prize will be given away Thursday, May 15th. It's an awesome prize package with 4 passes to the FedEx St. Jude Championship in Memphis August 9th and 10th, 2 new golf bags, and $1,000 to cover expenses. It's all from Michelob Ultra and 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Are you needing to buy an engagement ring and you have no idea how to even get started? Take a deep breath. She's going to say yes, but also let's get her the perfect ring at TK Wheeler Jewelers. TK Wheeler Jewelers is located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge. He's right there next to the Outback Steakhouse, and he is there to help soothe all of your worries and make sure you walk out of there with the perfect diamond for your someone special. And their selection is incredible. Diamond eternity bands, beautiful diamond solitaires in all different cuts. And how about those diamond halo engagement rings where the halo of diamonds around that center stone really makes it pop. And if you have a little bit of Goldilocks syndrome and you can't find exactly what you're looking for, sit down with TK himself and come up with a one-of-a-kind custom engagement ring. I'm telling you, it's more affordable than you think, and it's a one-of-a-kind. When you're shopping for your someone special, shop at TK Wheeler Jewelers. This has been a paid announcement.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Consider yourself a bourbon connoisseur? At Twin Peaks, they're proud to offer an exclusive and extensive collection of some incredibly rare bourbons, whiskeys, and tequilas. Check out their barrel selects, hand-picked by their team and bottled just for you. Supplies limited. Stop by Twin Peaks to see what they're pouring. Cheers.
Join us for Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary celebration. This month, enjoy $20 off any full-service removal. You just point and we do all the lifting. Locally owned and operated, Junk Be Gone has proudly been the #1 junk removal company for the past 2 decades. Give us a buzz today to book a free estimate. For the do-it-yourselfers, rent a 15-yard driveway dumpster. The perfect size for remodeling, roofing, or just cleaning out the garage. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for the past 20 years.
When there's stuff that you want gone, give a buzz to Junk Be Gone.
Celebrate 7 decades of Dogwood Arts. Follow the pink lines and explore over 90 miles of blooming dogwood trails, a Knoxville tradition since 1955. Hopscotch through Chalk Walk and make memories at the Dogwood Arts Festival with over 100 fine art vendors, live entertainment, and food trucks in World's Fair Park from April 25th through the 27th. Enjoy live music at Southern Skies Music and Whiskey Festival featuring Charlie Crockett, the Dirty Governors, Willow Avalon, and many more. And don't miss the Tennessee Whiskey Experience, where you can sample spirits from across the state. May 10th in World's Fair Park. Make memories you'll never forget at Knoxville's favorite springtime celebration. Presented by ORNL Federal Credit Union. Visit dogwoodarts.com for more details.
Brought to you in part by The Sports Animal, a proud supporter of Dogwood Arts.
Say goodbye to wires and brackets. At Southland Dental and Orthodontics, Invisalign offers a faster, more comfortable way to straighten teeth for kids and adults. With fewer office visits, easy brushing, and no staining, it's the clear choice for a perfect smile. SouthlandDentalTN.com.
Hey, Dad. The pharmacy called. Sounds like you still haven't picked up your heart medication. Are you all right?
It's on all of us to know the signs, and essential community services are available to help. Don't let your call go unanswered. Call Adult Protective Services at 1-888-277-8366.
1-888-277-8366. Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Human Services and this station.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
I'm Michael Jenkins here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. A crucial series gets going tonight in the NL East, and I'm eyeing the home team in game number 1. The Mets host the Phillies tonight in the Big Apple, and they have the pitching advantage with Tyler McGill and his sub-2 ERA over the struggling Aaron Nola. The Mets have also been a blistering 9-1 at home this season, and at -120, they are today's play. I'm Michael Jenkins from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books, and download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Jason Swain's here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. A few minutes to go in hour number 1. More than 2 hours to go here until 3 o'clock this afternoon as we say hello to Clinton. Clinton, thank you for calling in. Good afternoon. What's on your mind today?
Yeah, I was just going to see what you guys thought. You guys kind of covered it a little bit, talking about how the two guys haven't beat out Nico, but I was interested in seeing what you guys might think about what they might need to do to be able to start either one of them, because I know they've got some talent. They're at Tennessee. They're not there for no reason. And also, what do you guys think about our secondary? How's it going to be looking this year? And I'll get off here and listen. Appreciate you guys for having the show.
Clinton, thank you for calling in. So what it would take for Merklinger or George McIntyre to be ready to go and succeed on the field this fall?
Well, first you got to do a really good job of taking care of the ball. I mean, that's the first goal of the quarterback, someone that is going to be handling the ball the most. They need to do a good job of protecting it, no different than a point guard in basketball. So that's the first thing. I mean, the first pass in the orange and white game was an interception, whether it was his fault or the receiver's fault or whatever. And so for some that were in attendance, that's kind of a lasting impression until they see him again. But that's the first and foremost thing, is taking care of the ball, being able to throw the ball with accuracy and timing, having a deep understanding of the offense, playing on time, limiting mistakes. And if the quarterback can do that, then they'll have a good chance of winning the job, even if Tennessee brings in a player. If a player comes in here and he's turning the ball over a lot, then it's going to be hard for that player to play. So that's what they're going to have to do, man. Just have a command, be able to lead, take care of the ball. And then as far as,
defensive backfield,
the defensive backfield and secondary, I mean, we know it starts with Jamal McCoy. He's All-American returning. You got Boo Carter is playing the nickel there. Rick Gibson on the other side. And so Andre Turntine and Jacoby, Thomas. I mean, those are the guys that kind of stand out to me. Edris Farouk was supposed to take a big jump this spring. He's a hitter now. Covering his space, something that he's going to have to do a really good job of if he wants playing time. There was a touchdown that was thrown on Saturday where he kind of jumped the tight end, took a poor angle, and that's a good learning moment for him. But he's a guy that can certainly threaten some playing time there at the safety position too.
Yep. Christian Charles entered the transfer portal. He would have factored into the secondary, but he entered the portal last week. John Slaughter was a guy on the depth chart, but he entered the portal last week as well. We'll continue the conversation. Good questions, Clinton. We appreciate yours. We invite more. 865-656-9900 to join us on Josh and Swain.
When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry Bragg provides the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods and no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses a team approach, creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plan, supplements, and support. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
This has been a paid announcement.
Guys over 40, listen up. If you're running low on energy or just feeling off, LowTCenter.com is where you need to go. Get started with testosterone replacement therapy. Low T Center is super easy to get to right there in Turkey Creek. When you walk in, you see a medical provider, a real one. You get your energy back. No complicated process, just results. What sets Low T apart is that the treatment plans are tailored just for you. Guys, we know what we want, and we want it now. Low T Center lets you choose if you want to be treated by visiting the clinic or by being treated from the house. Either way, you'll always know that you'll receive the highest quality of care. And right now, April only, get a free consultation. If you qualify, treatment is covered by most major health insurance. Feeling off, tired all the time, no energy, take action now. LowTCenter.com is the website. LowTCenter.com, reinventing men's health care.
This has been a paid announcement.
Windrock Tales from the Trail.
There I was, looking up at this seemingly insurmountable path forward. As I hopped out of the side-by-side to assess the challenge that Trail 16 posed, my heart raced as I looked for the proper line to take on this double black diamond beast of a trail. A voice in the back of my head whispered, "Let's send it."
Windrock Park has over 300 miles of trails for you to experience ultimate adrenaline. Head to windrockpark.com to plan your adventure today.
Breaking news coming in from Bet3.
Physically located in Tennessee.
This is Teddy Haywood with Blue Springs Boat Company in Kingston, inviting you to our annual open house on Saturday, April the 26th. Educate, explore, and experience everything about Blue Springs Boat Company, Bennington Tri-Tunes and Pontoons, and Regal Power Boats. Blue Springs' expert team will educate you on all of our products, allow you to explore over 50 boats in stock, and then best of all, you can experience our boats on the water. Saturday, April the 26th. Visit BlueSpringsBoats.com for more information.
At the YMCA of East Tennessee, your membership comes with so much more than just access to the gym. Group classes like yoga, body pump, Zumba, Pilates, Ultimate Fit, and water aerobics are all included. Need childcare while you work out? No problem. Whether you're an elite athlete training for the Knoxville Marathon or stepping into the gym for the very first time, yes, we'll even help you turn on the treadmill. You'll find all the support you need at the Y. 5 locations in Knoxville, unlimited possibilities. Join the Y today at ymcaknoxville.org, the YMCA of East Tennessee, for a better us.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Stop by and meet Tyler and Will this Wednesday as they broadcast live from Fraser's Carpet One on Western Avenue. Celebrate with huge savings on carpet, hardwood, ceramic, and more. Call today for a free in-home estimate. Fraser's, 546-4850.
From the Budweiser Studios, this is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville. Touchdown. Streaming worldwide at 991thesportsanimal.com and on the Sports Animal app. Yes! We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Maggie Gray with a Sports Minute. No quarterback in this draft comes under more scrutiny than Shedeur Sanders. Some teams are hesitant, questioning whether he's worth all the hype. But to me, the tape doesn't lie. In 2024, he completed 74% of his passes for over 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns against just 10 interceptions. This isn't just about taking a chance. It's about not missing on a franchise quarterback who's been built for the spotlight his whole life. I'm Maggie Gray.
Get 5 quarts of O'Reilly Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. In-store only. Limits apply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, Junior Hot and Crispy Fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California and via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for spirits, beer, and wine. Better than all those delivery apps. Total Wine's prices are up to 30% lower with super fast delivery and no hidden fees. Order direct at TotalWine.com and pay less today.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Welcome into hour number 2 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900. We have 1 hour down with 2 to go and still plenty to discuss. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Lots happened even over the last 60 minutes. The lead headline coming out of the weekend, Nate Ament, 5-star forward, legit 5-star prospect, top 5 overall player, announcing his commitment to Tennessee yesterday. That is a big get for Tennessee basketball, with the Volunteers having already added Maryland point guard Jacoby Gillespie, Vanderbilt forward Jalen Carey, and now Nate Ament. This is from the high school ranks. We had a question earlier. What school is Nate Ament coming from? He is a senior in high school. He will be a freshman this fall. He is a projected one-and-done player, projected lottery pick in next year's NBA draft, who chose Tennessee over Duke, Kentucky, Louisville, and Arkansas. It was a big get for Rick Barnes' basketball team.
Versatile, can play the 4, can play the 3, can shoot it. Long, athletic. Him and Rick Barnes had a really strong relationship for a long time, and that, along with, I'm sure, being compensated, was what pushed it over the top. So one thing that you can see is that there's a commitment with the basketball programs. Rick Barnes and Kim Caldwell, I think those two coaches have proven that with resources, they can compete for a championship.
Mentioned last hour, Jonathan Gavoni, who covers the draft for ESPN, talked about the wide range of skills that Nate Ament has. Here is some of what Paul Biancardi of ESPN, who covers recruiting, basketball recruiting, wrote about Nate Ament. Described his potential as enormous and said his rise into the top 5 speaks to his enormous potential, as this is one of the best classes I've evaluated in a decade. Biancardi wrote, for Ament, strength is the attribute that requires the most improvement. He's learning to play through contact more effectively. With Rick Barnes' proven expertise in player development, alongside a focus in strength and conditioning training, Nate is poised for remarkable growth, and has a strong chance to be near the top of the draft lottery next year.
No, our strength and conditioning program is one of the best in basketball. So
yeah. So Biancardi looked at either a weakness or something that needs to improve for Nate Ament as something that can be developed because he chose Tennessee.
Yep.
So it's a big time get. It makes everybody on the floor better with Nate Ament being out there. Jacoby Gillespie is a better point guard today than he was yesterday because he's going to play with Nate Ament.
That's right. That's right. He's going to make everyone better. That's what great players do.
And Gillespie just spent last year playing with a big-time freshman talent.
That's right.
And Derek Queen.
That's right.
So big news there. Tennessee continues to pursue other players. Elijah Freeman chose Auburn over the weekend. Rodney Rice continues to be out there. There's also a player from Oklahoma, Duke Miles. He is going to be a 6th-year senior next year. He has played at Troy, High Point, Oklahoma this past season, shot well from the outside, and is looking for one more spot, and he will reportedly visit Tennessee this week. So Duke Miles is a shooting guard to pay attention to.
Yeah, I don't have the best feeling about Rice. When he visited more schools than what was reportedly one of the top 2 or 3, I just felt like he's searching for something that he didn't see with the schools that he's already talked to. So I'm not going to hold out hope for that Tennessee's going to bring him in. I know Jacoby Gillespie would like to play with him. They played together last year, but I don't see that happening. I don't feel good about that one.
Joel in the text box says Tennessee basketball is a shooting guard away from a natty. Maybe, maybe not. They're looking at a 2-guard, more help on the wing, but this is a team that is on the way to being talked about a Final Four contender heading into next season.
Yeah, they are a shooting guard away, a guard they can shoot. Just because you play the position don't mean you can shoot.
Right.
But, like, they are a shooting guard who can shoot away from making another run. Like, I'm comfortable saying that.
The other news of the last 60 minutes, Joey Aguilar set to enter the transfer portal. Tennessee expected to have interest, strong interest, if you read the report from Pete Nakos of On3. Chris Lowe adding, Aguilar fits what Tennessee is looking for, a proven starter with 1 year to play, passed for 6,700 yards, a little more than that, and 56 touchdowns the last 2 years at App State. He's a very capable runner. Heupel and the Vols are definitely looking for another QB. And then asks, where does redshirt freshman Jake Merklinger fit in? If Aguilar comes in, he may be the favorite to win the starting job. I would maybe say that, but he has to compete for it. You can't just day one say he's the guy. If he comes in from UCLA, having not gone through spring, not gone through the offseason. But Tennessee's not in an ideal spot here. If they get Aguilar, they could do worse in terms of ability and experience.
Yeah, Aguilar, 56 touchdowns in the last 2 seasons, also 24 interceptions in the last 2 seasons too.
Yeah.
Where is Merklinger right now? Like, mentally, is he in a place where he welcomes a quarterback coming in and willing to compete? Or is he someone that's kind of looking at the situation like Joey Aguilar was looking at the situation last week? Because Joey, reports came out today that he plans to enter the portal, but we talked about the possibility of him entering the portal last week if Nico were to commit to UCLA. So is Merklinger today like Joey Aguilar was last week, where he's monitoring, saying, okay, if someone comes in, I'm hitting the portal? Or is he saying, if someone comes in, I'm still going to compete? I don't know where Merklinger is.
Adding to the discussion around Joey Aguilar again, spent the last 2 seasons starting at Appalachian State. He had transferred to UCLA this spring, had been going through spring practice. Nico's going to UCLA, so Aguilar is entering the portal. And Pete Nico said he thinks Aguilar will be a priority for Tennessee. And then Chris Lowe said the two sides are slated to have talks later today. So this could move quickly. With Aguilar going in the portal, conversations have already taken place between representatives.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee's need is obvious. Josh Heupel stated that publicly. So this could move quickly. Other schools mentioned by Pete Nakos were Wake Forest and Tulane. Chris Lowe saying Tennessee and Aguilar's side, at least, slated to have talks later today.
All right.
So the wheels could be in motion here. And we might have a storyline of Tennessee and UCLA.
2 for 1.
Yep.
I think 2 for 1 is better than just a straight trade, quarterback trade.
Sure.
But
the
as quarterback
UCLA
trade will probably get more run, though.
Yeah, UCLA women's forward Janiyah Barker committed to Tennessee. 6'4", averaged 7.5 points, 6 rebounds per game this past season.
Yeah, if Aguilar comes here, that's going to be the story. That Tennessee, UCLA did a swap-a-roo, did a trade. But I like to say it was a 2 for 1. It makes you feel better about taking advantage of UCLA.
Plus, the men's team just knocked UCLA out of the NCAA tournament.
Sure did. I didn't think about that one.
So take that, Bruins.
Yeah. regardless, I think Nico in Tennessee obviously took a hit. Who will be able to rebound the easiest? That's the question that I have for you, Josh Ward. Which side's going to be better off the quickest? You need a break? Let it marinate, think about it?
Well, I don't know that I need to think about my answer as much as how I deliver it.
Oh, that's not good news then. That's not good news. I've been thinking about it all day. Like, okay, who can bounce back the quickest?
You know what? It does depend on how you phrase it. So we'll discuss that coming up.
All right.
If a trade happens, Nico for Joey, Ian Maliava for Aguilar.
Aguilar is certainly easier to say. But some folks might just call him Joey too, but Aguilar's easier.
We'll discuss the potential trade when we come back and invite you to share your thoughts on it as well. Joey Aguilar from UCLA entering the transfer portal. Chris Lowe of ESPN saying that Aguilar's side in Tennessee slated to have talks today. This could move quickly. We'll move on and invite you to be a part of the show when we come back right here on Josh and Swain.
Stream the Sports Animal free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
O'Reilly.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, Junior Hot and Crispy Fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Swung on and hit into deep left field. Back to the wall. It's gone.
Lady Ball softball is underway at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium.
Walk-off home run.
Cheer on the Lady Balls as they take on SEC opponents Arkansas, Mississippi State, Auburn, Texas A&M, and more on Rocky Top. Better hurry, tickets are going fast. We'll see you at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium for Lady Ball softball. View the schedule and get your tickets at allballs.com.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts and automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
All right, who's ready for summer? What do you have planned for the kids? A movie at Regal Pinnacle? Ice skating at Cool Sports? Gymnastics at Gym Tech? Games and bowling at Main Event? McPhee Splash Pad? Top Golf? What about enhancing their spiritual connection and learning experiences? No? Well, you better call Camp Big Fish, or they'll do all that and more. Go to campbigfish.org for more info and register now. Man, I wish I could go. Give your kids the experience of a lifetime this summer. Go to campbigfish.org now for all the big fish fun.
Join the Eric Ains Show this Thursday, live from Covenant Health Park from 9 to noon. Brought to you by Axiom Wealth. World-class solutions with tangible results, offering a tailored approach to financial security for every season of life.
Want to create a beautiful outdoor space? Call Tennessee Deck and Fence. We're your local deck and fence experts. We offer a no-pressure approach so you can relax as our team works with you to design a deck or fence that perfectly suits your needs and style. We use only the highest quality materials and expert craftsmanship to ensure a long-lasting, beautiful product. Call us today, 865-304-0955, or you can visit TennesseeDeckandFence.com for a free consultation. Let's create a backyard you're going to love.
Honey, we need a new roof.
Go to moshingles.com and get a quote in 60 seconds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, they're a top-rated roofing company in East Tennessee and A+ rated with the BBB.
Free instant quotes at moshingles.com.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. News of the hour, news of the afternoon so far. UCLA quarterback Joey Aguilar set to enter the transfer portal. Tennessee set to show strong interest, according to multiple reports. Pete Nakos of On3 reporting, as well as Max Olson of ESPN and our friend Chris Lowe. The Tennessee will have interest in UCLA transfer Joey Aguilar, who spent the past 2 seasons starting at Appalachian State, transferred to UCLA this spring, was going through spring practice, and then Nico committed to UCLA. At the end of last segment, Swain, you asked the question.
Which side will be able to bounce back the quickest, Nico or Tennessee?
So I do believe Tennessee's offense with its personnel is in a better position. So remove quarterback. Tennessee's talent is better than UCLA's talent on offense. So Tennessee might be in better position to bounce back or take that next step with who its quarterback is. But that would, in this case, be in spite of the position, because UCLA, I believe, is upgrading and Tennessee is not, if this trade happens.
Yeah, like Tennessee went to the college football playoff last year. We understand that it wasn't because of the offense. The running game was good, but it was really in spite of the offense. The defense was the strength, right? So it was really hard to sit here and say, well, Tennessee will win if Tennessee is able to go to the college football playoff. Well, that's a hard ass, I think, right now. But like you look at the individual numbers, look at the production that Nico was able to put up last year. Could you get that production from a transfer quarterback? And I think if you get that production plus some, which means passing-wise you'll have more success than you did last year, then I think if you're Tennessee, you might be able to say, hey, man, we won this deal. Like, folks that break up, maybe a divorce or a girlfriend or boyfriend for a long time, like, you want to upgrade. Like, your next person needs to be better looking, more money, to prove that you won the breakup. You don't want to lose a breakup.
No.
And so, like, for Tennessee to kind of win the breakup, I think if you get a quarterback that comes in and is a better passer, is better for the passing game, then you might be able to say that. I can say that without looking at the win-loss record. Because I don't know how many games last year where we were like, man, Nico put the team on his shoulders. Nico did this for Tennessee to win the game. Not discrediting what he did, because, hey, he was good in some areas during the season. Oklahoma, I mean, he made a great throw to Dante Thornton, great throw to Brew McCoy. But I think that opportunity is there, whoever comes in at quarterback, to have more success in the passing game. If Tennessee's receivers are better and Tennessee's able to go out and get a player from the portal. I would hope we get the BYU dude.
Yes, that is worth noting, as Tennessee needs help at wide receiver. Keelan Marion from BYU is set to visit Tennessee. He would be a nice get. He would fit the profile of what we've talked about Tennessee needing.
Does he know Keenan Peely? Did they play together at BYU?
They would have been teammates in 2023.
Let's go, Peely.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, Josh, don't do that to me, man. You had me excited.
That was the past 2 seasons. So, no, they do not.
Such a buzzkill. Thanks.
Keelan Marion arrived for the 2023 season. That was the season that I don't even know what names I've said here.
Thanks.
Keenan Peely was at Tennessee, missing most of the season in 2023. Keelan began his career at UConn for 2 seasons, then got to BYU in 2023 when Keenan had transferred to Tennessee. So
thanks a lot, Josh.
No, but
no reason.
The brotherhood's there, so the connection has to be in some ways.
Well, we need a receiver. You look at his numbers, you look at his versatility. He's a guy that can return punts, which means my man got some moves side to side.
6 foot 195. He's from Atlanta.
Hey!
Caught 24 balls for 346 yards and a touchdown this past season.
We need to get EB on the phone. Eric Berry.
He had more rushing than receiving touchdowns. He had 2 rushing touchdowns as well. So he was used in a number of different ways.
That's what we need. We need a guy that can make guys miss side to side. If you are the punt returner, that means you have the ability to do that. That's who we need to get. We got to get him. We can't seem desperate here. So, I'll be okay if we get him. No pressure. I mean, he all right.
Shannon said Merklinger should not have issue with the quarterback coming in. He was not expecting to start next year.
Yeah, because of Nico being there. But Nico's not there anymore.
Right.
So, I don't know how he feels.
Yeah, how he feels about that, or let's just be realistic. If a guy comes in and is making a lot more money than him, how does he feel about that?
Yeah.
Because Tennessee, they're not going to have to give Nico dollars to Joey Aguilar. I would hope not. But they're going
not either.
But they're not going to get Joey Aguilar for free. They're going to have to pay him.
No. You're not getting anybody for free.
Right.
But I don't know how much Merklinger's making, and I don't know how much George McIntyre's making. All I know is it would be really hard to believe that George McIntyre came here for free, being as highly rated as he was. And so that'll be a third quarterback coming in that will require some money, or that you are paying. And how's that going to work? That's all. I don't know that.
Wayne suggested this. I would love to see Tennessee versus UCLA in a bowl game next year.
I don't.
I thought your answer might be that.
And
why is that, Swain?
If Tennessee's playing UCLA in a bowl game, that means we're probably playing in a bad bowl game.
Yeah, it probably didn't go great for Tennessee
this year. Because we know what UCLA's going to do this year, which is nothing. I don't think their coach is that good, and their schedule is tough. So, if Tennessee's playing a bowl game with UCLA, that means we just had a tough season that no one's going to brag about around here. I'm good on that one. But we did play Purdue in the New City Bowl a couple years ago.
Yep, end of 2021.
And what was our record that season?
It was 7-5. You're looking to do better than that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We were asked this question. What's the difference in our 2 quarterbacks, Merklinger and McIntyre, and Nico being able to lead us in the playoffs in their first year starting? Nico, a first-year starter last year. Merklinger or McIntyre would be a first-year starter this year, noting all 3 were 5-star quarterbacks. Now, in the end, Nico was the only 5-star quarterback. George at one time was ranked a 5-star. He finished as a consensus 4-star. Merklinger was a 4-star quarterback. I don't even know how much that matters. They're all highly regarded. Nico was the highest rated, but they were all highly regarded quarterbacks.
Dylan Sampson's not on this football team anymore.
Neither is Cooper Mays.
Cooper Mays is not here anymore. Spragging, so I mean, you're replacing some guys on offense. Defensively, there's James Pierce, and the one player that probably has the most upside and buzz outside of James Pierce's ability is Omar Norman-Lott, who was a menace. There's no Omar Norman-Lott, and Jamar McCoy was healthy and was an All-American last year. I hope to get that same All-American this year, but signs point to not getting it, him coming off ACL injury. So Nico had an awesome supporting cast when you look at Dylan Sampson and the defense. The defense is not the same. Dylan Sampson's not here. Not saying the defense won't be good, but I'm not going to expect a top 10 defense. I mean, that's hard to duplicate when you lose the type of players that Tennessee lost in the offseason.
One other difference would be the Alabama and Florida games are both away from home.
Yeah, that's right, too. Yeah. The big three, you play two of the big three at home in even years, and in odd years, you play those two on the road. And this is an odd year, 25.
Right. There's no way to know and no use in speculating, but I don't have the same confidence level that this upcoming schedule last year would have gotten Tennessee to the playoff. I would not have had the same level of confidence Tennessee would beat Alabama and Florida. Now, they would have had Arkansas at home, so I guess you could have traded those out. But you don't have to worry about that. This year, you can't have a slip-up. You can't afford one like you did last year against Arkansas because you have to go to Alabama, to Florida, where Tennessee hasn't won at either of those places in 19 years.
I don't really need to question why we're needing to add a quarterback, or why can't we just roll with the two that we have? The head coach, the head football coach at the University of Tennessee that played quarterback for a national championship team, Oklahoma, that's had many quarterbacks that he has coached who are playing at the next level right now, said, we need to get a quarterback. That's all I needed to hear. That's it. I mean, he believes we need a quarterback.
It's a very good point.
That's all I need to know.
Well, we're having the discussion of why not just go with Jake or
because
George?
The head coach said no.
Because Josh Heupel said
he already said no.
They've got to go get somebody.
Yeah, that was him saying no.
And their actions, mostly behind the scenes, but some of which have been reported, would back up where Tennessee's mindset is at the quarterback position.
And you know what? Jake Merklinger, it should be using motivation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah. Jalen Milroe was told that he should move positions. Mm-hmm. Lamar Jackson was told that he should move positions. Quarterbacks have been told that you're not good enough or you're not ready right now. But guess what you can do? You can prove them wrong. Go prove Heupel wrong. Heupel feels like he needs a quarterback. Your job is to prove it to him that he already has the quarterback. Prove him wrong. You have that opportunity to do that.
UCLA quarterback Joey Aguilar is entering the NCAA transfer portal, according to multiple reports, and Tennessee reportedly is set to show strong interest in Aguilar, who started the last 2 years at Appalachian State, was at UCLA this spring, and now is looking for a new home. We'll continue 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us for the next 90 minutes right here on Josh and Swain.
99.1 The Sports Animal has the chance for you and 3 friends to see the FedEx St. Jude Invitational in Memphis in person. It's the Michelob Ultra Golf Better Than a Birdie Getaway, and your chance to register is here. Listen for the cue to call in and get registered. The grand prize will be given away Thursday, May 15th. It's an awesome prize package with 4 passes to the FedEx St. Jude Championship in Memphis August 9th and 10th, 2 new golf bags, and $1,000 to cover expenses. It's all from Michelob Ultra at 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Former Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava officially announced his transfer to UCLA yesterday in a social media post. Iamaleava and the Volunteers officially parted ways earlier this month, stemming from contract discussions regarding Iamaleava's NIL deal. Iamaleava led Tennessee to the college football playoff, where they lost in the opening round to eventual national champion Ohio State. NBA playoffs continue tonight with the first round. The Knicks look for a 2-0 series lead over the Detroit Pistons at 7:30. At 10 o'clock, the Nuggets host the Clippers. Denver leads that series 1-0. First round of the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. Capitals host the Canadiens at 7 o'clock to open the series. The Jets welcome the Blues at 7:30. Winnipeg leads that series 1-0 already. Avalanche look for a 2-0 series lead over the Stars at 9:30. And the Kings host the Oilers to open their first round series at 10 o'clock. And the Knoxville Ice Bears are headed to the President's Cup Finals after a 4-2 win over the Birmingham Bulls this past weekend. Game 1 of the series is Wednesday night at the Civic Coliseum. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Covenant Health Fitness Center. We took our kids swimming yesterday at Covenant Health Fitness Center. They had a great time. 2 days ago, we were there on Saturday. We take them there often. They love to go swimming at the indoor pool. The outdoor pool is now open, so they're fired up about the chance to go swimming outdoors for the upcoming summer at Covenant Health Fitness Center. If you're looking for access to a pool this summer, if you're looking for access to pickleball courts, indoor and outdoor tennis courts, racquetball courts, an indoor basketball court, you have access with your membership at Covenant Health Fitness Center. Your membership is month to month, no long-term contracts. They're going to continue to earn your membership there when you sign up. When you sign up, you have access to more than 85 group fitness classes that take place every single week, plus access to a gym with all the strength and cardio equipment that you could use, or the indoor track that's always available for you. And the facility itself is top of the line and always well taken care of. We love our family membership that we have. Check it out for yourself. Kingston Pike, right off Pellissippi Parkway. Tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Covenant Health Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement.
Don't miss the huge arcade gun and night show and sale this weekend at the Knoxville Expo Center, featuring thousands of rifles, shotguns, handguns, wholesale ammo, and reloading supplies, all at liquidation prices. It's like shopping at the world's largest sporting goods store. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4 at the Knoxville Expo Center.
Lake lovers, listen up. Tennessee National, a highly anticipated lakefront resort, golf, and marina community, is having a one-day-only sales event April 26th. Subdividable wooded lots starting at $79.9. Lake lots with covered boat slip from $64.9. A cottage package with boat slip from $379.9. And for the first time ever, fully furnished lakefront townhomes. Tennessee National features championship golf, waterfront adventures, and a vibrant social scene. Enjoy private golf cart access to a new marina and resort, saltwater pool, fitness center, 10 miles of walking trails, 3.5 miles of shoreline. Brand new 26,000 square foot clubhouse, waterfront concerts overlooking a beautiful lake, pickleball, on-site coffee shop, and much more. Enjoy life on the water, fresh air boat rides, and sunshine. Celebrate the lake life and make memories. Limited property one-day sale April 26th. Call 865-408-9992, or better yet, visit TennesseeNational.com. Memories begin here.
Citrus Y231-049, price $22.50, Kicks RL 5839.56, price $19.95. No payments based on $400 a month with 90-day start. Save thousands, PN45331. All offers with approved credit cannot combine offers. Number on dealer based on 2024 Nissan RDR report.
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hey, Tennessee, Scott Gropp here, and you helped us do it again. Oak Ridge Nissan finished Nissan's fiscal year-end #1. And now it's time for Oak Ridge Nissan's Fast Finish Sales Event. We've got to sell 50 more new Nissans by the end of the month. How are we going to do it? Get into a Nissan Sentra or Nissan Kick starting at $269 a month. Or how about financing as low as 0% APR or no payments till next year? Woo. Is anyone else feeling dizzy with all these falling prices? And don't forget, if you got a trade, you got it made. Get up to $8,000 over Kelley Blue Book so we can pay it off no matter what you owe. We're closing the month strong during Oak Ridge Nissan's Fast Finish Sales Event. So make that 10-minute drive and save thousands. thousands of dollars, and that's why
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gates. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, and they'll bring it to life, offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, and wood fencing. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station. Shoe Station's grand opening at Harvest Park is this Saturday. First 100 customers at opening will get a reward card worth up to $100 and a chance to win a $500 gift card. Shoe Station's grand opening this Saturday.
Next cold front on the way, actually an active pattern ahead this week. So for today, we're still warm at 81, gusts around 35 miles per hour, increasing clouds to rain and storms. Spreading out this evening with scattered rain through tomorrow morning and a low tonight of 61. Back to spotty rain tomorrow afternoon. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
Bring a whole new meaning to your backyard barbecue with a new deck. Tennessee Home is your local trusted deck and fencing specialist. Call today for a free, no-pressure design appointment at 865-304-0955 or visit them online, TennesseeHome.us.
Never miss a second of sports. Download the updated Sports Animal app right now. Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Native Mint.
He's coming, Swain.
Sure is.
5-star edition for Rick Barnes' Tennessee basketball program.
We're not done yet.
Tennessee is pursuing others.
I think that's what Marcus Peters said when he was a DB, I want to say for the Ravens or the Chiefs, one of the two, at Super Bowl or after they won the conference championship and he was interviewed. We're not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying about Tennessee basketball, even after getting Nate Ament. We're not done yet. There's more work to be done. There's more players to get from the portal. We're not done.
Rick Barnes was asked how many players he's going to be able to add. He said not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5.
Man.
He didn't say that.
He didn't go LeBron on us.
No, he did not. But he's added some nice players so far. Very nice players.
He's added a guy that you could say, here's the ball. We need a bucket. You have that Nate Ament. But he's a freshman. It doesn't matter.
Rick Barnes, this is for real, was asked, what'd you see in Jalen Carey that made you want to add him to your roster? And he said, well, when they played each other, he said, well, he pretty much had his way with us.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. That's something that we all said watching that game.
Carey far exceeded his season averages in the 2 games against Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Career days against us. But, when you watch that game, a lot of Tennessee fans said, man, I wish we had that guy on our team. A lot of people said that.
I saw a doofus on the internet say something like, imagine getting out recruited by Rick Barnes. Are you new to the game? You seen Rick Barnes recruit over the last few decades?
Somebody really said that?
Yeah. Rick
Barnes is the leader right now in career wins, the active leader. He coached Kevin Durant.
What are we doing here?
He
assigned several 5-stars at Tennessee.
Yeah,
this isn't new. Now, Nate Ament's higher ranked than Kennedy Chandler was or Julian Phillips, but those were 5-star day one impact players. Keon Johnson's playing in the NBA right now, was a one-and-done player, legitimate, at Tennessee. Weird year. Season could have gone better.
Yeah, people say silly things on the internet.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of it.
And that's just another example.
Dave asked this question in the text box, 865-656-9900. Thanks for tuning in, however you're doing so. We're on the Sports Animal on AM 640, the Sports Monster. We're live on YouTube and the Sports Animal YouTube channel. Love for you to stop by, like, and subscribe. Dave asked this, nothing will be held against you here, but what is a satisfactory record, in your opinion, for Tennessee football in 2025? A satisfactory record.
Satisfactory. That's that word.
You don't like that word?
I don't like that word, man.
How was the season? Satisfactory. How was dinner? Satisfactory. That's not the game that Jason Swain plays.
I don't like the phrasing of that question, man. That seems like a trap question. How about you answer it first? Let me let your leg get caught first so I can know exactly where not to step.
8-4. How about that? Go 8-4. That's satisfactory.
Satisfactory and realistic have nothing to do with each other, do they?
Well, I don't know. I'm viewing satisfactory as like, okay, what's the floor of acceptance? Am I viewing it correctly?
Acceptance from who? From you? Or from those who are listening?
The reasonable thinkers.
You do realize we went to the college football playoff last year, right?
I remember it.
Mm-hmm. I think most teams that went to the college football playoff that plays in a major conference are not looking at 8-4 as satisfactory. I bet Penn State ain't. I bet Indiana's not. I bet Georgia and Texas, the schools at P4s, I'm pretty sure they won't be saying 8-4 is satisfactory.
What if Drew Aller up and left? What are they saying there in Penn State? We're going to the playoff, no doubt?
They probably would feel better than 8-4 based on other parts of that football team. I can promise you that 8-4 with or without Drew Aller would not be satisfactory in Penn State.
9-3. Look, at this point, if you're expecting better than 9-3,
no, I'm not expecting better than 9-3.
You got to get to 9-3 for satisfactory.
I would be surprised if we do that. I would be happy if we do that, but I'm not expecting that. How about I do this? How about I share with you the expected record? That's 8-4.
Okay.
I'm not going to be thrilled about it, but
no, I didn't say put up any banners or throw any parades.
It's not going to be. I'm not going to look at it as it's satisfactory. No, I'm not doing that either. I'm not wired that way, man.
I know. Todd asked, Josh, were you satisfied to get Swain as a co-host? No.
Thank you.
You know how you watch those videos of coaches and they have their big celebrations? So Rick Barnes and his staff, they get the call. Native Mint makes it official. And he holds the phone up and everybody hoots and hollers. That was the Ward House when Swain committed.
Hey, yeah. Appreciate that, man.
That was the Swain House.
Ward House?
The Ward House, yes. I live in the Ward House. What did I say?
You said the Swain House.
No, the Swain House was like, well, I guess working with Josh is satisfactory. Yeah. No, the Ward House was hooting and hollering that Swain was coming on board. We got our 5-star. Now, my kids are young. They need a little insight. And they said, what are we getting here, Daddy? And I said, you're getting a former top 200 basketball prospect in the 2003 class. You're getting Tom Lemming's number 21 overall recruit in the 2003 class who caught 2 touchdowns in the U.S. Army Bowl and definitely scored, got in against Florida in 2004. That's what I told him.
You know, that part wasn't necessary. But definitely got in. You could have just said he scored.
Right.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the situation, and I'm saying to myself, 8-4 and a bad bounce, 75. Like, I can see it unless you make some moves in this portal. Like, you go out and you get yourself a current starter, a good player, because technically, like, Joey Aguilar was starter, right? UCLA.
Yeah, definitely. He was a successful starter, I would say, at Appalachian State, and he was a starter at UCLA. Circumstances changed, but yes, he was set to start in the Big Ten.
If you're able to get someone that plays a quarterback position and give you more production of what Nico gave you last year, and you get yourself a receiver, and you can have more production from that group, yeah, I'm okay with saying 8-4.
Did you enjoy the segment?
I hate it. It's a terrible segment.
Eddie, thank you. Eddie texted in and said, "What'd you tell your kids you're getting in Jason Swain? You're getting touchdown Jesus." He's Jason Swain, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward, 865-656-9900. Will Tennessee get Joey Aguilar, UCLA's quarterback, going into the transfer portal? There appears to be interest on Tennessee's side, and you imagine some mutual interest in a discussion. We will continue the discussion and see what you think right here on Josh and Swain.
All right, who's ready for summer? What do you have planned for the kids? A movie at Regal Pinnacle? Ice skating at Cool Sports? Gymnastics at Gym Tech? Games and bowling at Main Event? McPhee Splash Pad? Top Golf? What about enhancing their spiritual connection and learning experiences? No? Well, you better call Camp Big Fish, where they'll do all that and more. Go to campbigfish.org for more info and register now. Man, I wish I could go. Give your kids the experience of a lifetime this summer. Go to campbigfish.org now for all the big fish fun.
Hey, I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. If you run into any kind of plumbing issue this spring, get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing. Springtime is a great time to check your plumbing system for any issues. Now that we've gotten past the winter months, we've had rain that's been falling over the last few weeks. You can get things checked out if you have concerns about any issues or you just want to get out in front of any potential issues in the future. You can take advantage of preventative maintenance from Wilson Brothers Plumbing. If you've dealt with clogged drain issues during the winter months, if you had any frozen pipe issues, anything, get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing. They can help with water heaters, with issues with faucets, sprinklers in your home, or replumbing with your bathroom or kitchen remodeling. Get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing anytime you need professional help by calling 865-415-1537. We have relied on Wilson Brothers Plumbing at my home. We had a great experience. You can visit them online at wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Don't miss the huge arcade gun and knife show and sale this weekend at the Knoxville Expo Center, featuring thousands of rifles, shotguns, handguns, wholesale ammo, and reloading supplies, all at liquidation prices. It's like shopping at the world's largest sporting goods store. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4 at the Knoxville Expo Center.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
This is Teddy Haywood with Blue Springs Boat Company in Kingston, inviting you to our annual open house on Saturday, April the 26th. Educate, explore, and experience everything about Blue Springs Boat Company, Bennington Tri-Tunes and Pontoons, and Regal Power Boats. Blue Springs' expert team will educate you on all of our products, allow you to explore over 50 boats in stock, and then best of all, you can experience our boats on the water. Saturday, April the 26th, visit bluespringsboats.com for more information.
Join Josh and Swain this Thursday live from Covenant Health Park from noon to 3, brought to you by Axiom Wealth. World-class solutions with tangible results, offering a tailored approach to financial security for every season of life.
I know there can be a lot of uncertainty involved in planning your financial life. Modern retirement strategies demand an approach that acknowledges the unpredictability of markets, increasing life expectancies, and the ever-changing economic system that surrounds personal finance. Hi, this is Jim Brogan, and at Brogan Financial, we serve our clients in helping them achieve their life goals for retirement and beyond. Visit us online at broganfinancial.com to learn more about how to take control of your financial future.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. 865-656-9900 to join us. You can always listen to us on demand. Search Josh and Swain anywhere you get your podcasts. You can listen to us on demand thanks to Beatty Chevrolet as we say hello to Jay on Josh and Swain. Jay, good afternoon. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind?
Well, Josh, we need a receiver and we need a shooting guard. Only if Jason Swain was coming out of high school this year, right?
I know. The timing would be perfect. The NIL dollars would be there, and his ability to play both sports would be there too.
Oh, yeah. Swain, what kind of truck you getting? If you got your NIL money, what's going to be your first purchase?
A Honda Accord. I'm being smart with my money.
You'd take a discount, right?
That's smart. Good on gas, man.
That's right.
Hey, I thought the texters made a good point. He said you don't have to replace Nico's talent or potential. You got to replace the production. And that's why, I mean, look, Nico has all the potential in the world, and he may just ball out next year. I don't know. But his stats off of, Bobby Knight said your record is what, you are what your record says you are. And right now what we have on Nico is that his stats aren't eye-popping. 200 yards a game. We've all seen the stats where passing-wise, he didn't do so hot against SEC teams. Had some receivers hurt. We know that. Had some offensive line problems. But I don't think it's maybe as catastrophic, unless he ends up being some Heisman hopeful. I don't know if it's going to be as catastrophic if you can just get a guy in here as a stopgap that can just – if we could get a guy in here that could give us average 250, 270 yards a game passing. I mean, that would be a dramatic improvement from what we had last year.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's doable.
Yeah, I agree. As long as you get someone in here that does a really good job taking care of the football. So you got to look at Nico's turnovers, whether it was his fault, whether they were interceptions or fumbles. You get less of that. You get more passing yards. Then, yeah, because the potential doesn't matter. You're only getting a quarterback for 1 year. So you don't care about the potential.
Right.
You just want a stopgap like you just mentioned because you got Faison Brandon coming up in here next year. So it doesn't matter about the potential. You're just trying to get the production this season.
Swain, do you know much about that BYU receiver? Is he the real deal?
I haven't watched film on him. I looked at his numbers, and I just figured if he's a good punt returner, then he probably has some wiggle to him, and that's what Tennessee needs. And I saw where Ohio State was reaching out to him as well, which I think is unfair.
That's not fair. They got enough. Good Lord.
That's unfair.
How many All-Americans do you need?
That's unfair, man. I mean,
yeah, man.
RIP to David Stern, but where's David Stern when you need him? Come in here and shut that down like he did with Chris Paul. He going to the Lakers back in the day. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, that's kind of like what Ohio State's doing at receiver. It's just unreal. But Yeah, I think we get a guy in here. I think Heupel's going to be motivated. Everything I've heard about this guy, how competitive he is, I think he is going to be motivated to get a quarterback in here and make it work and be productive, man. I'll get off here, guys. Y'all have a good day, okay?
Thank you, Jay.
Jay, always good to hear from you. Thank you. So are you trying to replace Nico's production from a year ago? Or
I want more. I
yeah,
want more.
I was going to say, or
I think
what
you
you
need more.
expected this upcoming season.
Yeah, I think you need more than 200 yards because you were
Tennessee's offense is the same as it was last year. That's not.
It's a problem, yeah, because you don't have Dylan Sampson to lean on the running game. So you're going to need more from the quarterback position. So, yeah, 250, I think minimum is what you should get from your quarterback in the passing game.
Can Tennessee do that with Joey Aguilar? He is entering the transfer portal from UCLA, where Nico is transferring to. We'll transfer into hour number 3 and continue the discussion. 865-656-9900 to join on Josh and Swain.
It's part sports.
We have football on the brain.
Part pop culture.
Dennis Leary. True or false? You refuse to wear a glove with Mickey Mantle's signature on it for the movie The Sandlot.
The Red Sox blood, the Bruins blood, they run deep.
And in the best celebrity interviews.
Robert De Niro here on The Rich Eisen Show. How are you, sir?
Just got over a 24-hour virus.
The antidote is to appear on The Rich Eisen Show.
There you go. I would have done it earlier.
And you've got The Rich Eisen Show podcast.
There is a medicinal quality to appearing on this program.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Fort Sanders Health and Fitness is now Covenant Health Fitness Center. Same great service, new name, no long-term contracts. Visit us at Pellissippi Parkway and Kingston Pike for a free 3-day trial. Visit covenanthealth.com/fitness-center or call 531-5000.
Windrock Tales from the Trail.
There I was, looking up at this seemingly insurmountable path forward. As I hopped out of the side-by-side to assess the challenge the Trail 16 posed, my heart raced as I looked for the proper line to take on this double black diamond beast of a trail. A voice in the back of my head whispered, "Let's send it."
Windrock Park has over 300 miles of trails for you to experience ultimate adrenaline. Head to windrockpark.com to plan your adventure today.
Say goodbye to wires and brackets. At Southland Dental and Orthodontics, Invisalign offers a faster, more comfortable way to straighten teeth for kids and adults. With fewer office visits, easy brushing, and no staining, it's the clear choice for a perfect smile. SouthlandDentalTN.com.
Big savings right now on all floor covering at Frazier's Carpet One. Hello, Knoxville. This is Mitchell Parton with Frazier's Carpet One, and for a very limited time, Frazier's is having a massive blowout sale on all in-stock flooring. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile and plank, ceramic, area rugs, and more, Frazier's has hundreds of thousands of square feet of all flooring in stock. And right now, if it's in stock, it's on sale, up to 50% off. As a fourth-generation, family-owned business, you don't stay in business for 65 years if you don't offer value. Plus, no money down and free financing for an entire year. Just give us a call at 546-4850, and we'll come to you with free in-home estimates and free in-home shopping.
LCUB Electric customers, you now have a new choice for fiber internet service. Ditch your global internet company and make the switch like I did. Eric Ainge here. LCUB Fiber Internet has 1 gig speed starting at $69.99 a month, including Wi-Fi, so it's fast. No contracts or hidden fees, no data limits or installation fees. All from the utility provider you know and trust, LCUB. Fast, reliable, affordable, and local. Check availability and sign up now at lcub.com.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Warm weather's here, and it's time to get outside and enjoy the privacy and the comforts of your own backyard, but you don't have a privacy fence. Or perhaps you need to upgrade your fence, as I just recently did with Tennessee Home. When contacting Tennessee Home, you're looking for somebody who is a licensed contractor who has one of the most experienced teams that East Tennessee has to offer. Over 100 yards for me in the new pup Howie, and I've been satisfied since the final post went in the ground. 865-304-0955. That's 865-304-0955. We're online at TennesseeHome.us.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
Cumulus Digital.
From the Budweiser Studios, this is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on 99.1 thesportsanimal.com and on the Sports Animal app. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute sponsored by Ego, power beyond belief. Anthony Edwards was the breakout star of last season's NBA playoffs, but we forgot about him a little bit during an up-and-down regular season. He's back. Edwards and the Timberwolves blew out the Lakers in Game 1 of their first-round series. It was a team effort, but at just 23, Edwards is the clear leader. While all eyes were on LeBron and Luka and the Lakers, this might be the year that Ant-Man breaks out and becomes the face of the NBA. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Drafting the perfect roster means getting the right balance of power and performance. Season after season, Ego Outdoor Power Equipment has drafted a truly innovative lineup of cordless tools that has the power of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. Plus, the same battery powers all Ego essentials, from mowers and blowers to chainsaws and trimmers. It's all power, zero compromise. Check out the Ego lineup of spring must-have tools at egopowerplus.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Welcome into hour number 3 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. We have another hour to go here on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster. Hope everybody had a great Easter weekend. You can join us at 865-656-9900.
Did you plant some eggs and go chase some eggs? Easter egg hunting? Did you do that yesterday?
Might have thrown a couple of stiff arms out there. Yep.
There you go.
The 5-year-old's aggressive. You got to be physical out there.
Yeah, I thought about doing mine inside. Allergies was too serious yesterday. They've been on my back, man, like an 800-pound gorilla yesterday and today. So,
on the injury report for today's show, Swain was actually listed as questionable.
Yeah.
Pollen.
Yeah, pollen. Yep, that's true. That's true.
But you're powering through.
Yep.
That's what a 5-star does.
I had to for Native Mint. That's right, man.
Is it Native Mint Day?
I think yesterday was.
Okay.
But, you know, a lot going on yesterday, so we'll give him today.
Yeah. I don't think he gets to just take Easter, so we'll give him today.
Well, yesterday was technically a lot of things going on yesterday. It was 420 for some people, and it was Easter for some people.
Also,
for both people.
So we spent a lot of time discussing the quarterback position. Depending on how that plays out, a lot of days could be Native Mint days for Tennessee fans, the Tennessee fan base.
A lot of days
fair?
might be Native Mint days coming up.
But there's also this. Let's say Tennessee adds Joey Aguilar.
Okay.
He's the quarterback from UCLA. We have discussed Tennessee's pursuit of another quarterback. If Tennessee goes after a Power 4 starter, not if Tennessee goes after, if Tennessee lands a Power 4 starter, that quarterback would face all kinds of backlash. There is the mental hurdle of now all of a sudden you're hated where you came from.
Hated.
Hated.
Yeah.
if it's Joey Aguilar, he is going to be accepted. He's going to face zero backlash. He will have a lot of people saying, hey, we're pulling for you. You were given the boot by UCLA. Go get him.
Oh, yeah. We're going to put our arms around him if he's the guy and give him all the support that we can and hope for the best. But with any quarterback that plays at Tennessee, you play like trash, you're going to hear about it. That's just the way it works.
There is still that pressure.
Yep. And it's no different here than it is at Alabama or Georgia or LSU. Like, you play poor at quarterback, there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of comments.
Does this help the first 5 weeks of the season include games against Syracuse down in Atlanta, ETSU, UAB, and Mississippi State? Georgia's in the middle of that. We can guess how that will maybe go. By the way, in the opener, there's a chance it's Joey Aguilar versus Steve Angeli. Steve Angeli is visiting Syracuse today. He is the former backup quarterback in Notre Dame who entered the portal last week.
I mean, I would prefer to play ETSU first in this case. But Syracuse losing all their good players, it seems like.
Yes, several key players. They have a freshman All-American defensive lineman in the portal. Tennessee is among the teams going after him.
Man, that's a favorable.
According to On3, by the way, earlier today, Murad Watson is his name. Georgia and Tennessee are in the mix. The two contenders, Texas and Ohio State.
That schedule, I think, is favorable for Tennessee, considering what they're going through right now. Like, Syracuse would have been a tough game with Nico, without Nico. Because those players in that program, like, they believe. Mm-hmm. They believe that they belong. And I don't care if you got talent or not, sometimes going against a team that believes is really hard to beat. So they're going to believe until you knock the belief out of them in a football game. So, but playing ETSU, playing Mississippi State is your SEC opener. That's definitely good.
Well, that's the second SEC game. So, in order, Syracuse, ETSU, Georgia at home, UAB at home. First true road game is at Mississippi State.
Okay. Yeah. Georgia's the SEC opener.
Right.
Man, you can walk away there with only one loss.
Then you have an off week. Following the off week, Tennessee will play 4 straight games against Arkansas at home, Alabama on the road, Kentucky on the road, Oklahoma at home.
Yeah, that gets tough. Not just the opponent, but because you're playing 4 weeks in a row.
Then Tennessee has its second off week before hosting New Mexico State and then playing at Florida and Vanderbilt to close.
Oh, man, that's a favorable schedule.
It is favorable.
Very favorable.
Not easy, but favorable.
It's never easy.
Yeah.
But it's favorable, just like last year's schedule.
So that helps.
It definitely helps.
Games against ETSU, UAB, Mississippi State, New Mexico State, Vanderbilt, Arkansas at home.
We're going to see.
It's a bunch of favorable setups for Tennessee.
Yes. We're going to see how good Josh Heupel is offensively this year. This is his biggest challenge, probably of his coaching career. This year. You're taking a quarterback, no spring practice. You have a group of receivers that are all unproven. You have a group of running backs that there's only a few that have had major reps in big-time games, but none of the running backs are returning starters. You have 4 new offensive linemen starting. this is Josh Heupel's biggest offensive test of his career. It's a great challenge.
You would take Tennessee's 2021 personnel over this personnel right now?
Tillman was in that group. You know that, right?
It was a question, one that I knew the answer before I asked.
That's why I'm not answering it. Yeah, I'm not answering that question. You know the answer. You know, Velus Jones and Tillman, the receiver group was a problem. Now the running back group, you know, that's debatable.
Comparable.
Yeah, it's debatable.
And kind of a weird year to describe it because it included Tyon Evans, who was not there all season,
No.
but Jabari Small, Jalen Wright, young Jalen Wright.
Mm-hmm. But again, man, it's going to be a big challenge for Josh Heupel. It's the biggest challenge yet since he's been a head coach, or probably a coach, period.
Probably at any point in his time as a head coach, because what he inherited at UCF was good. Now, quarterback situation changed there, so that could be factored in, but yeah. But it's changed here. Tennessee pursuing Joey Aguilar. It looks like a transfer quarterback from UCLA. Let's say hello to Stu on Josh and Swain. Stu, good afternoon. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Well, just a question. Merklinger's already been through a spring practice, and he's been here over a year. He knows the system much better than a new guy coming in. And it seems to me like everybody's just writing off Merklinger. And, man, I know he had some really high evaluations coming out of high school.
Well, I don't know that everybody's writing him off. I think that he will get a chance to compete to be the starter, but I do think there's a lot of hesitation in how ready he is right now with very little experience from last year, essentially no meaningful experience in his first year at Tennessee. And as Swain pointed out, and we've discussed over the last week or so, the actions of Josh Heupel and his coaching staff would indicate how much they decided they needed to go find somebody else that could come in and play the position as well.
Well, I understand that, and I think those are all very valid points. But I think this is a good kid, and just as a fan who's a lifelong fan of Tennessee, if I have to take and be satisfied as a fan with a 7-5, 8-4 record this year to get rid of a guy who I think was a bad influence in the locker rooms, I'll take it and be happy with it. Thanks, guys.
Okay, Stu, thanks for the call.
I mean, it was getting to be a bad situation in the locker room. So, yeah, I mean, I think Tennessee had to say no and move on from Nico and take that risk. Now, you don't want to just be satisfied with the 7-5, 8-4 record, which is why you kick the tires and see who's interested out there as a quarterback at a big-time Power 4 program that's really, really successful before you start with, the Joey Aguilars and other quarterbacks. Not saying Aguilar's not a good player, but I just think if you're Tennessee, you should have started where we have started. But Josh Heupel said we needed to add a quarterback for a reason. He has seen these two quarterbacks more than anyone else. And, like, Nico, from all accounts, is a good kid. So it doesn't matter if you're a good kid or not. It's, are you able to do the job? And for Merklinger, who I'm sure is a good kid as well, another quarterback looks like it's going to be coming in to see if they can do the job better than Merklinger, and it's Merklinger's responsibility to prove that he can do it better. That's why it'll be a quarterback competition.
Brian texted in. I'm sure that this is kind of a shared thought of really the 2021 personnel. He noted Cedric Tillman didn't have many catches going into 2021. Velus Jones had not done much before the 2021 season. And that's true. They had not. But those are older guys. Those are guys that had developed. And also, while it may sound like, okay, well, this is in hindsight knowing what they've done, I'm not betting on this group topping Cedric Tillman's 64 catches, almost 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns, or Velas's 62 catches, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns, because that's what you're saying. That's before we get to quarterback. That's the biggest deal here. Tennessee had Hendon Hooker and Joe Milton in 2021. Tennessee's not having that this year.
Well, 21, remember, the defense was not good. And the reason why Tennessee was in the position that they were in to win some of those games was because Tim Banks had to be really, really aggressive. We did a good job of creating some tackles for lost situations, but, we didn't have the depth. We didn't have the talent that we had this past season. Offensively, you take the 21 offense and you put it with what I think will be the 25 defense, you got something. Yeah, you got something. So, yeah, I would take the personnel of 21 all day long. I mean, those receivers, there's some guys that play some football. You got a nice mix of skills. You got a Velus who is shifty, punt returner that can make guys miss, experience, and you got some young players in there too. But, yeah, I would take the personnel of 21.
865-656-9900. Thanks for hanging out with us, Stu. Appreciate your call. Appreciate the text. Join us in the chat on YouTube as well, 99.1 Sports Animal YouTube channel. We're with you until 3 o'clock as Joey Aguilar from UCLA is entering the transfer portal. And according to reports, Tennessee has shown interest as the Volunteers look for a quarterback to help replace Nico, who is going to UCLA. He made that official over the weekend. We come back on Josh and Swain.
99.1 The Sports Animal has the chance for you and 3 friends to see the FedEx St. Jude Invitational in Memphis in person. It's the Michelob Ultra Golf Better Than a Birdie Getaway, and your chance to register is here. Listen for the cue to call in and get registered. The grand prize will be given away Thursday, May 15th. It's an awesome prize package with 4 passes to the FedEx St. Jude Championship in Memphis August 9th and 10th, 2 new golf bags, and $1,000 to cover expenses. It's all from Michelob Ultra and 99.1 The Sports Animal.
What if you could get a 365 days comfort guarantee to adjust the firmness or softness of your mattress? What if you could get a 2-sided flippable mattress at factory direct pricing? What if it came with a warranty of up to 20 years? What if you could watch your mattress being handmade right here in the Knoxville factory? You can at Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory. Brothers Bedding understands what it means to be local, high quality, excellent service, and a name you can trust for over 85 years. BrothersBedding.com.
My dad used to tell me, son, you get what you settle for. Nothing more, nothing less. Nowhere in life is this more true than your sleep. Hi, I'm Roger Cunningham, owner of the Bed Store. Are you settling for a bad night's sleep because you think you have to? I'm telling you, you do not need to settle. You can get incredible, restful sleep and wake up to wow. Here at the Bed Store, we can help you find your just right mattress using our exclusive Tuck Fit process. So instead of buying a mattress at the wholesale club or at a furniture store, come see us here at the Bed Store and let us get it right so you can sleep tight and wake up each morning to wow. Right now, get Tempur-Pedic starting at only $19 a month with up to $600 in free accessories and free local delivery. Head to bedstore.com to find the location near you.
The right mattress, the right price, guaranteed at the Bed Store.
The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
Lake lovers, Tennessee National's having a spring sales event one day only, Saturday, April 26th. And for the first time ever, fully furnished lakefront townhomes, private golf cart access to a new marina and resort, pickleball, pools, hiking trails, and much more. Saturday, April 26th. Enjoy fresh air, boat rides, and sunshine. Call and secure your private tour, 865-408-9992, 408-9992, or better yet, visit TennesseeNational.com. Memories begin here.
Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. If it'll drive, it's worth $5,500 toward the purchase of any new in-stock Nissan. That's right. Drive any old trade-in onto our lot, and you'll receive not up to, but guaranteed $5,500. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike. Retail marketing campaign, one trade-in per vehicle, all rebates included, and NMAC financing.
In today's world, everything seems to be getting more expensive. But what if you could make an investment that pays you back, both in your health and your wallet? At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, Dr. Terry Bragg uses over 40 years of research and technology to create a weight loss journey specifically for you. No exercise, just eating real food and saving money on groceries in the process. This isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term investment in yourself, one that will leave you feeling better, living better, and saving more. Visit BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com.
Do you ever feel like gambling is causing financial strain or hurting your relationships? The Gambling Clinic has been helping people change their gambling habits for over 2 decades. With physical clinics and remote online appointments, we're here to help you make informed decisions about your gambling. Visit us at thegamblingclinic.com so we can work together to help you win back your life. This project is funded by the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Brought to you by the Tennessee Gambling Clinic, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
The big dog of heating and cooling is now looking for more techs to join the pack. Chancey & Reynolds is now hiring HVAC duct mechanics and technicians, providing a great benefits package, paid vacation, and holidays. These are full-time positions for those who want a career, not just a job. Chancey & Reynolds, in business for more than 40 years, is a York Heating and Air specialty company. Apply in person at 614 Van Street or call 865-525-5076.
The big dog of heating and cooling. The big dog. Chancey & Reynolds.
Free on the radio. Free on the app. Free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900 to join us. Tennessee picked up 5-star forward Nate Ament in basketball yesterday. They continue to pursue other players. Rodney Rice is a name that's still out there. Guard from Maryland. Duke Miles from Oklahoma set to visit this week. Will be a 6th-year senior. Good outside shooter. That's something Tennessee still is looking to add, more outside shooting, which Nate Ament will be able to provide. He can provide scoring at all levels. Attacking the basket, shooting from the outside, pulling up in the mid-range. He is a top 5 player overall in the 2025 class.
Duke Miles from Montgomery, Alabama.
He is an Alabama native. Went to Troy, then High Point, then Oklahoma. Now looking for his final stop.
Yeah, shot at 43% from 3.
Hey, we'll open up the phone lines in a moment before or right after this. So Joe in Rochester, always appreciate you. Joe texted, so how does a QB get valuable experience unless he plays? Like no bleep. Every first-year starting quarterback doesn't have experience. It happens every year in every conference with teams. Why are we worried when we have a former QB and good QB developer who has never had a quarterback play bad? Nico was actually the worst one he had.
The answer is simple. Not enough was done in practice for Josh Heupel to say, well, we don't need another quarterback. Like, people don't understand. They just think the only time you get reps is in games. No, you earn game reps by what you do in practice. There are practices that are structured by the coaches to be able to tell them if you are ready to be in the games. So, for instance, like when you go to practice, man, there's loud music, it's fast paced, there's ones versus ones, there's certain scenarios with down on distance, and based on what you do there, a coaching staff can determine, okay, well, we think he's ready to play in the games. So I think the fans have this understanding for some reason that the only way you can get game reps is to play in the games, and that's just not true. Like, you earn game reps by what you do in practice. If you're not doing it in practice, you're not going to get out there in the games. That's just the way it's always been. Like, I've been through it. We all been through it that play at this level. So Merklinger has to do something more than what he has done in practice to be in the games. Now, he has the advantage over whoever's coming in. He knows the playbook. He knows the teammates. He knows which receivers like what routes and what they can do and what they can't do. Like, he has the advantage. But you earn game reps by what you do in practice. It's not the other way around. There's no, well, put him out there, let's see what he can do. That doesn't work here. That's not realistic. It's what you do in practice each and every day. If you are consistent in practice, they're going to trust you to be in the games. If Merklinger did enough in spring, I don't know if we're sitting in the same position. And that's up to Merklinger to have a good summer and a good fall camp.
Let's say hello to Jack on Josh and Swain. Hey, Jack, thank you for calling in. What's on your mind today?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. So I've been listening to all this chatter on Nico, and it kind of reminds me of, and I've got a question at the end here, but it kind of reminds me of the movie Pretty Woman. The only thing I heard was how great that movie was going to be. It's great. It's great. So I was going into the movie thinking it was some life-changing thing, and you know what? It was okay, but it really wasn't that great. And that's kind of how Nico's played. You know, after 2.5 years, remember he was a mid-year enrollee. He came out last year, and the only games he really looked good in were the two where the opponent just showed up to get a check and take their beating. In the games that really mattered, he was okay, but he wasn't really great. So is what I'm hearing about the expectation for next year based on his 5-star rating? Because he sure didn't show it. And I'm also concerned, and I want you to know, or want to ask, should it be a concern? None of the players that Heupel has brought in as freshmen have really developed. Our greatest players have been the ones that Pruitt left. So what's going on with that? And I'll just shut up and listen to your comments.
Jack, thank you for the call. So the high school players that have signed with Josh Heupel on the offensive side of the ball, that's what we're discussing there, right? The offensive side.
Mm-hmm.
The most successful by far is Dylan Sampson.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, there is not a lot of success from the high school ranks signees under Josh Heupel. Squirrel White was productive. He was not a major difference-making player. He was a productive player, for sure. We've seen a number of transfers come in and contribute. Or former signees like Jalen Hyatt was a signee under the previous staff. We have not seen an offensive lineman from the high school ranks start yet. That should change this year.
If David Sanders starts.
Right. William Satterwhite
be
is
the
the
first
projected starter at center as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be
Quarterback,
the
the only one would be Nico, and here is the setup to Jack's question. So, yeah, you're looking for more. Mike Matthews, you're looking for more this year. Braylon Staley, you're looking for more this year. Caleb Webb, Chaz Nimrod were guys that didn't do much while they were at Tennessee. Peyton Lewis is going to have an opportunity to do a lot this year, Deshaun Bishop. So there will be more opportunities this year than ever before because time has extended on. But, there hasn't been a lot on the offensive side, which is surprising, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the narrative that Josh Heupel has to fight. I mean, he's had to fight it privately for, I think, 2 years or so. But I think now you have people like our last phone caller who are putting two and two together going, wait a minute. That 22 team had a lot of Pruitt's guys. And the further removed away from Pruitt's guys, the offense hasn't looked the same. And so that's why I said that this is going to be Josh Heupel's biggest challenge offensively, because the guys who are on this team are guys that he brought in from high school. And we've already seen a good amount of guys hit the portal at the wide receiver position, guys that were evaled and recruited and brought in. And it hasn't worked out with those guys, which is why they're not here anymore. So, yeah, I mean, the numbers don't lie. Josh Heupel will have to generate some more success offensively.
By the way, Jack, shout out. I never would have come up with a Pretty Woman Nico Iamaleava comparison.
I mean, the dude can throw it. He has the prototypical size and height, and he's mobile. But mentally and emotionally, he wasn't where he needed to be. And knowing what we know over the last 2 weeks, I have a pretty big understanding why. And so he has to get that under control. His support system, he has to get that under control so that way he can reach his full potential. Physically, like, he has all the tools, and you understand why he was a 5-star and why he was rated as high as he was. And good players or great players make his teammates better. And Nico could have had better protection. Nico could have had better playmakers on the outside. I think that those are fair criticisms. But at the same time, great players make their teammates better. And Nico could have done that a little bit more. With that being said, it was his first time starting.
Yep.
So you got to take all that in consideration.
He would have been a second-year starter,
Yeah,
third year
man.
in the system.
Yep.
I expected he would have been better. How much better? Part of that's him, part of that's what's around him. But we'll never know because now he's at UCLA. Also, did you notice this segment? We had both questions asking about Josh Heupel's lack of development of high school talent, but also another Tennessee fan who showed confidence because of Josh Heupel's track record with coaching and developing. There are conflicting opinions right now. That's why this season also is so important of what happens on offense.
Yeah, I mean, there's some development with Pruitt's players, and then there's a lack of development with his own players. I think it's a combination of both sides of it.
I would have thought the numbers here would have been higher. The tomato meter rating on Pretty Woman, only 65%. And the popcorn meter, so that's the fan rating, just 68. I would have thought both numbers would be higher.
You know, Tennessee got a commitment from Nate Mint.
Not many players are higher ranked than him.
Not many at all.
Top 5, number 4 in the country, projected top 5 pick in next year's NBA draft. He will play for the Vols. He'll play for Rick Barnes, 3-level scorer, and I'm sure this mattered to Rick Barnes, described as a hard worker on the defensive end of the floor.
Oh, yeah.
That will be required. We'll come back. 30 minutes to go. 865-656-9900 to join. An attaboy to hand out. All right here on Josh and Swain.
When special guests call in to 99.1 The Sports Animal, you hear them on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline, stanleyfence.com.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
Cumulus Digital.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Former Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava officially announced his transfer to UCLA yesterday in a social media post. Iamaleava and the Volunteers officially parted ways earlier this month, stemming from contract discussions regarding Iamaleava's NIL deal. Iamaleava led Tennessee to the college football playoff, where they lost in the opening round to eventual national champion Ohio State. NBA playoffs continue tonight with the first round. The Knicks look for a 2-0 series lead over the Detroit Pistons at 7:30. At 10 o'clock, the Nuggets host the Clippers. Denver leads that series 1-0. First round of the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. Capitals host the Canadiens at 7 o'clock to open the series. The Jets welcome the Blues at 7:30. Winnipeg leads that series 1-0 already. Avalanche look for a 2-0 series lead over the Stars at 9:30. And the Kings host the Oilers to open their first round series at 10 o'clock. And the Knoxville Ice Bears are headed to the President's Cup Finals after a 4-2 win over the Birmingham Bulls this past weekend. Game 1 of the series is Wednesday night at the Civic Coliseum. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. Great time to go shop at Ted Russell Ford, where I have shopped several times. The vehicles that my wife and I drive every day came from each location at Ted Russell Ford. One of them we purchased at the Parkside Drive location, the other on Kingston Pike at Walker Springs Road. And right now at Ted Russell Ford, your super dealer here in Knoxville, you can shop with employee pricing. You pay what we pay across a full lineup of trucks and SUVs. So you can shop the selection at either location of their 2025 Ford F-150 trucks. Check out the Ford Ranger, the Ford Maverick, their Super Duty trucks, the 2025 Ford F-150 Lightning, or any of the electric vehicle options they have, like the Ford Mustang Mach-E. If you need work trucks, get in touch with Ted Russell Ford. They can help you with exactly what you need. Again, same with the lineup of SUVs, the Explorer, the Expedition, the 2025 Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. They're going to help you find what you need with a great selection of pre-owned vehicles as well. Shop where I have shopped. Parkside Drive, Kingston Pike, and online at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
For pure safety and total clean, call Zero Res. Right now, you can get 3 for the price of 2. That's 3 rooms of carpet clean, but only pay for 2 when you mention me, Tyler Ivinson, the Sports Animal. To secure this deal, you need to book today online at ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him, but nothing prepared him for the fight against ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Bonbon pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Men's Pro Knoxville said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Men's Pro Knoxville was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With AD and performance treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com. Your consultation includes blood work with results before you leave. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts in automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
It should be easy to find a local plumber, right? Plumber near me.
Hey there, we can help you.
Weird. These are all big companies.
Excuse me, we're a plumbing company 2 miles away. Hello?
Well, it is what it is. Guess I'll dial that 1-800 number.
Can she seriously not see us?
No, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local plumbers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
The minute folks step into Dollywood, I want them to feel the wonder of my Smoky Mountains and to fill their hearts with all the good and beautiful things in this big old world, and to cherish all the little moments they get to be together.
Enjoy thrilling rides, award-winning entertainment, and delicious new seasonal flavors. Plan your visit at Dollywood.com.
Dollywood, love every moment.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of, what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station. Shoe Station's grand opening at Harvest Park is this Saturday. First 100 customers at opening will get a reward card worth up to $100 and a chance to win a $500 gift card. Shoe Station's grand opening this Saturday.
Warmth and winds ahead of a cold front. Rain and storms spread out this afternoon to evening with some downpours and rumbles of thunder after a high of 81 degrees and gusts around 35 miles per hour. Scattered showers on into tomorrow morning with a low of 61, becoming spotty rain tomorrow afternoon and a seasonable high of 72. From the WPLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. We'll hand out an attaboy coming up in just a moment. We do that every day thanks to Native Design. This is kind of a reminder of what life is like in the college football offseason, the transfer window of college football. I saw this news on Friday. Stay with me here, okay? But Pete Nakos had this report on Friday. Maryland transfer defensive lineman Levon Johnson, who signed a contract earlier today with North Carolina, has now signed with Texas. Sources have told On 3. Maryland transfer Levon Johnson, who signed a contract today with North Carolina, has now signed with Texas. This was Friday afternoon. So,
buyout?
Technically, in a few hours span, he went from being a Maryland defensive lineman to a North Carolina defensive lineman, to a Texas defensive lineman. That's from the Big Ten to the ACC to the SEC.
It means more, Josh. Sounds like Texas will need to pay a buyout, right?
Maybe, because we talked about that on Friday, that Matt Norlander was sharing a text from a college basketball coach who was discussing a player they had signed. They put buyout language in the contract, thinking this will secure him, and then he just signed somewhere else. And the coach was asked, well, how was that done, especially that quickly? And the coach said, I don't know. I'm staying out of it. Our legal team is handling it, but we believe the next school is going to have to pay us money to get him out of the contract so he can sign there. There's a lot going on in college sports right now. A lot going on.
Can somebody come fix this stuff, please? This is insane. I can't blame the player. If you get a deal from North Carolina and the deal is way more than Maryland, and then Texas comes along and doubles the deal or 50% more or 75% more, how can you blame the kid or young man for taking another deal when you know there's no consequences for taking the latest deal? Now, your signature should be your word, but a lot of money on the table here. And coaches do it. We've seen coaches take one job and then take another job in the same day or the same week because the other job was better. So the players are doing what the coaches have done for years. But as a fan, it's tough. And when we get to the when we get to the season and the games are played, it's easy. But I think this time is tough for a college football fan. This is tough.
Yep, for sure. So there's a lot happening. Tennessee continues to pursue quarterback help for 2025. We continue to invite your thoughts. Appreciate all the interaction today, the calls, the text, the chat on the YouTube channel as we continue to be live there. Right now, we hand out today's attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. Great team there at Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. Swain, we've been asked several times over the last week or so, hey, is the academic side still tied into this? Does the school part matter? And I get the question. I do. It is, but it matters to some more than others, which you're probably going to be able to figure out as well. So today we recognize that. The National Football Foundation and College Football Hall of Fame announced 3 Tennessee Volunteers were tabbed as members of the 2025 NFF Hampshire Honor Society. Will Brooks, Keenan Peely, and Javontes Spraggins represented Tennessee on the list of players. Had to be a senior graduating this spring or summer, or be a graduated player, grad transfer, who has already earned a bachelor's degree and competed in this past 2024 season. So it ties into the academics, graduating from school. Also must have attained a minimum undergrad cumulative GPA of 3.2 or better and been a starter or contributor this past season. So 3 Tennessee players were included in the Hampshire Honor Society. Tennessee has now totaled 14 players during the Josh Heupel era. Peely and Spraggins joined Jacob Warren as the only Vols to receive that distinction multiple times in their careers. So, guys moving on from Tennessee, congratulations to Javontes Spraggins, Keenan Peely, and Will Brooks, guys that capitalized on the field. There were financial opportunities that came with that, but they didn't overlook the importance of taking advantage in the classroom as well. So, attaboys to Peely, Spraggins, and Brooks.
Hopefully this attaboy will make people feel better, especially the ones that look at it from the academic side and wonder if these ladies and gentlemen are taking it serious, understanding that at the end of the day you're here to get an education and your education is paid for. Well, here's a great example. Will Brooks, Keenan Peely, and Javontes Spraggins understand that, taking full advantage and doing their best in the classroom.
Yep, that will do them well for a long time.
That's right.
So Will Brooks, Keenan Peely, Javontes Spraggins, attaboys on the job you did in the classroom along with what you did on the field. And we hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. For 20 years now, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. You can call 865-310-3256 or visit the website nativetn.com. We come back with one segment to go. We'll wrap up today's conversation next on Josh and Swain.
Don't miss the huge arcade gun and night show and sale this weekend at the Knoxville Expo Center, featuring thousands of rifles, shotguns, handguns, wholesale ammo, and reloading supplies, all at liquidation prices. It's like shopping at the world's largest sporting goods store. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4 at the Knoxville Expo Center.
This is Teddy Haywood with Blue Springs Boat Company in Kingston, inviting you to our annual open house on Saturday, April the 26th. Educate, explore, and experience everything about Blue Springs Boat Company, Bennington Tri-Tunes and Pontoons, and Regal Power Boats. Blue Springs expert team will educate you on all of our products, allow you to explore over 50 boats in stock, and then best of all, you can experience our boats on the water. Saturday, April the 26th. Visit BlueSpringsBoats.com for more information.
Honey, we need a new roof.
Go to moshingles.com and get a quote in 60 seconds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, they're a top-rated roofing company in East Tennessee and A+ rated with the BBB.
Free instant quotes at moshingles.com.
Hey Vol fans, it's Dr. Lewis Reaper with Tennessee Foot and Ankle, and our team is all Vol. We know the pains that come from kicking the TV after a tough loss and the agony that follows until the next win. For any Vol pain that you experience, let us help heal you from the ankles down. Located in Sevierville, Madisonville, and Lenoir City, we'll make it worth the drive knowing you're being treated by true Vol fans who know true Vol pains. Call today at VOL 986-2700 and let's get your Vol pain gone before more settle in this next game day. Tennessee Foot and Ankle.
With all the crazy weather we've had, parking lots, driveways, and roads really took a beating. My good friends at Bevco Paving can repave, patch, or seal your damaged asphalt at an affordable price. The team at Bevco has been paving the way to better driveways and parking lots for over 30 years. From your free estimate to the finished product, Bevco will hit a home run for you. Call Bevco Paving today, 983-6455. Mention UT Baseball and get 10% off your paving or sealing project. That's Bevco Paving, 983-6455.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Get one free set of Brake Best brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select brake rotors. You can upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20 more. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Auto Parts.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store, well, we'll even tuck you in.
The Sports Animal app has a special second stream and a link to our latest videos. Download the Sports Animal app.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment on Josh and Swain. Nate Ament.
Moral of today's show. Moral of the story. Nate Ament is of all.
Nate the Great.
Yeah, this is one of those days where it's been a few of these days recently, the last couple of years with Tennessee Athletics. But, hey, everyone's going to have them. With the news, not great from top to bottom. Tennessee baseball
could have gone better.
Yeah, could have been gone better.
Kentucky took 2 of 3 this week.
Tennessee football is not in the best position where folks are excited about the upcoming season based on what's going on now with the quarterback situation. But where there's a Rick, there's a way. Nate Ament, baby.
Where there's a Rick, there's talent. Tennessee has a Rick Barnes, and it's going to have a talented roster once again, led in the talent category by Nate Ament. Jacoby Gillespie, plenty of talent himself, all Big Ten point guard. They're excited about Jalen Carey, excited about the guys coming back, and the chance to still add more talent. We will have more time to talk about what will have happened in the next 21 hours tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So excited for that opportunity. Wednesday, we'll go ahead and remind you, and do so again over the next couple of days. We'll be out at Dick's House of Sport. Zakai Ziegler is going to be in the house later in the day on Wednesday.
That basketball right there that you got signed by Dane Bradshaw.
I got a story with that one,
You
too.
think we can get Zakai to sign over it?
Over it?
Yeah, Zakai's All-American.
Right. What was Dane? He was one of the top 25 players in Tennessee history. What was that list that was put together?
Yeah, but Zakai's going to be higher. And it saves us from having to buy another basketball.
The story very quickly, Dane was here several years ago now, helping speak on behalf of United Way. They did a raffle with a number of giveaways to the staff here, and we each got a ticket or a couple tickets, whatever. And when a basketball signed by Dane Bradshaw was up, they called out the ticket number, and it was mine. and Dane joked, "Oh, the last person in this building that probably wants that signed basketball just won it," and said he's going to turn the radio on at 12 o'clock and hear, "First caller wins a Dame Bradshaw signed basketball." I'm never giving that basketball up. Proud to have it. I'm proud to have it signed by Dane.
There's a lot of dust over there on it.
I've had it for a while. I do need to dust it off, probably.
You could put it in a case, make it look a little bit better. Or you can get Zakai to sign over it. I don't think Dane will mind. I think he'd be cool with it. I'm just messing with Dane. I'm just kidding.
You're just jealous because he was ranked ahead of you in that top 200 ranking in the 2003 basketball class. That's what it is. The jealousy of Dame Bradshaw continues.
That's correct. You caught me.
All right, Swain, I have run us out of time. Your top winner or two from the weekend?
Nate Mint, Tennessee basketball. Cooper Flag declaring for the draft.
Yep.
Kentucky baseball with the series win. Losers, the Grizz losing by 51 points to OKC.
That's brutal.
And then Tennessee baseball losing the series after winning the first game.
On the winner side, shout out to the U.S. women's hockey team. They beat Canada in dramatic fashion in overtime to win gold at the World Championships. Justin Thomas told a cool story about Xander Schauffele helping him improve his putting. A cool story after the fact with the win in the playoff. And then locally, the Ice Bears advancing to the final.
That's right.
They have been in rally mode. And then One Knox, the last remaining unbeaten team in U.S. League One. A lot of cool things happening. Smokies, of course, getting started. The One Knox soccer team getting ready for its home debut in the new stadium in downtown Knoxville as well. I had the Grizzlies on my losers list, and then I don't know. You get paid to do this, so it's not that bad. But Kyle Kuzma put up the impressive 21 minutes with 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, and 0 blocks.
That's impressive.
The ultimate conditioning in front of a live national audience, but no turnovers as well.
That was impressive.
In the blowout loss at home. So, Swain, we'll see if anything transpires with Joey Aguilar today or tomorrow before we sign on at 12 o'clock or elsewhere. Tennessee could continue pursuit elsewhere.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
There'll be some new news tomorrow, and we'll be here to discuss it.
We look forward to talking to you tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Joel Silverberg producing today. Thank you as always. Thanks for hanging out with us. Remember, search Josh and Swain anywhere you get your podcast. You can go back and listen, as we'll see and talk to you tomorrow here on Josh and Swain.